spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dolls in my solitude. Watch my family grow from four into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Yeah, baby, I can't even resist no more. I'm so hyped, man. Look, find me with dolls in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Yeah, baby. Woo! What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner and the beautiful Ice on the Moon. And we're back again for another show. And this is a hell of a celebration, baby. Like you say, hey, title of the show is Irontech Doll Week. Pre-celebration reboot, baby. Because if you've been following the channel, you already know what happened. I tried to start Irontech Doll Week last week, but a big storm hit, knocked my internet out. And it was a crazy story because it turns out that it was an internet outage, but it was a very small internet outage. And it ended up being that everybody's internet came on in the area but mine the same day. So it was meant for Irontech Doll Week to be stalled. Because after the internet went out and didn't come back on, I continued to work on the project. And don't you know, I realized that, oh, hell, if I had to put it out at the time I thought I was going to put it out, it would have been incomplete. And even now, it could probably be tweaked a little. But at this point, I truthfully believe, I've done enough. I've done enough. So I got everything teed up and ready to go. So by this time tomorrow, Irontech Doll Week will have started, and you guys will have had a peek into the future. So I'm coming at you guys once again at a unscripted time. I love doing this sometimes because by this being my job and things of that nature, man, it just feels good that you never know when I might pop up. And by me loving to work and loving what I do, you may not know when, but you better know that I'm coming. You better know that I'm coming, And the only time that I will stop coming on a daily basis is when God puts it in my spirit, or either when if he changes my path by some reason. But other than that, hey, baby, I'm going to be here. So I want to say a lot tonight, honestly. But I want to say thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. I appreciate all of you guys that's been on this journey with me. Some have been around from the very, very beginning. But some have recently joined. And I love and value all of you. Thank you to the Dog King Army team. Everybody in that team has been extremely supportive. I appreciate you all. I want to send a special shout out before I get started. I'm gonna check my comments in just 2 seconds. I want to send a special shout out to my team member Carol Rush. She gave me she sent me a donation recently on my PayPal, and if you ever want to donate to the show, which they help. I may have a small army, and people on the outside may look at my channel and say it's not a very big channel today. But let me tell you something, I got some very valued viewers. And so I just want to thank Carol, people like her, there's Dog King Army team members that still, chip in and support me with donations. They could rest on their laurels and be like, oh man, I'm a team member, forget him. But they don't do that. They still give. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that's not a team member that give. But I want to do a small focus on Carol. And I'm not going to tell anything about her business or anything, but I do want to say this. What I really appreciate about people who give is, in my heart, I already know that I don't know what you're going through in your own personal life, what finances you may need, but people still find a way to give sometimes. And I appreciate that. Well, even with Carol, I'm just going to say, hey, something recently didn't quite work out like she may have hoped for. But I just want to say this to her and any of you out there watching. Don't be worried about when things don't happen that you hope for. Believe me. It's good to hope for it, but believe me, when that door closes, it's meant to close. What you thought was good wouldn't have been as good as you thought it was going to be. I don't care whether that's a job, relationship, vehicle, whatever it is. If you didn't get it, yeah, as a human, you feel the hurt slightly when it first happens. But I'm letting you know, you better start getting happy. Be thankful for every door that closes. So I wanted to encourage Carol and anybody else, don't worry about these closed doors. But I was just saying, hey, even in the midst of something that may not have went the way she wanted to, she still gave. So I just want to say, man, I appreciate you. That's a big reason why this pre-celebration is happening tonight. And I'm coming to my comment section, believe me. I see a few of comments waiting on me. But I want to say, hey, this whole Irontech Doll week, it's an amazing thing, man. Amazing thing that has come to pass. Irontech Doll is a great company that I've looked at from afar. It's several companies that I have my eye on. I think as a doll enthusiast, it's a lot of well-known companies, even newer companies that all of us sort of know of. And even novice doll enthusiasts sort of know about a lot of companies. But we don't know about a lot of them firsthand. And this was a great opportunity. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I sort of want this week to unfold. And then I talk about it more because the original Irontech Doll week, I wasn't supposed to really talk to you in this form until Wednesday, around Dog King Power Hour, because this week we're going to have a bit of a special Power Hour. But that's when I was supposed to talk to you. You weren't supposed to hear from me. The whole Irontech Doll week was supposed to play out like a movie, starting with the first video, which was called The Dream. And you can go back and watch it if you want to. But I just want to say this before I get to the comments. Man, this is one piece of my dream, because my dream is not one layer. It's one piece of my dream is to be able to do doll reviews and things of that nature and get into promotions and things of that nature. But none of it would be possible without the support. I mean, that's what I'm really trying to get at. It's like, man, it don't matter which part of my dream is coming true, but none of it would be possible without the support of you guys watching. and liking videos, other channels supporting, people writing articles, and a lot of people say, man, I should be bigger than I am now. Well, guess what? God is doing what needs to be done for right now. That's the truth. He's in control of it all. And it's just funny. I'm not going to go too deep because I do want to check in with my comments before I start going too far, because I got a lot to talk about. Actually, it's crazy. But I do want to say this. I don't want people to focus quite as much on the doll that's coming to the family, but I do want them to focus on this. Remember what I said. Remember what I said. This is a dream that I didn't know when or where it would even begin to happen. I don't want people just to focus on the dog getting here. Nah, remember what I said. I said God put it in my heart that I was going to end up getting another dog. Of course, everybody knows I don't have those resources right now to get a dog like that. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need these companies to work with me and help my dream come true. And man, I had so many naysayers and people saying that it's impossible and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I had a lot of hate come toward my way, but I didn't let that deter me, only because I knew what I heard in my spirit. And I'm really trying to say this. I want you guys to sort of visualize what I'm saying, man. You got to take hold of this in your own life. It ain't about what you see. It's about what you hear in your spirit. And man, I'm still thanking the people, for all you guys, for your support. I'm thankful the Irontech, for being a great company that they are. But who I'm most thankful to right now is God, because he put a dream in my mind that all of this is honestly beyond me. But as far as even getting the first dog, I heard it in my spirit, but it didn't seem realistic in reality. But I never talked negative against it. I believed what God said. I believe what he put in my spirit. And I just want to let you guys know, it's not about what you see. It's not about what you see. It's about what you believe. What you believe. Do you believe the message that you're hearing? Because this should not be happening in the natural. But it is only because I chose to believe what he put in my heart, and I didn't come against it. And this is only the beginning. And that's why this show is so special. Because I always keep saying, man, this should be the last before you see an elevation in the show. Well, once again, according to God's plan, this should, unless unforeseen circumstances happen, from this point on, the show should be completely different going forward. Just looking different, aesthetically, and all of it. So hey, I want to celebrate because this Irontech Doll, I want to celebrate this company, and what they have to offer. But I also want to celebrate a new life to the show. I've taken a lot of different steps in this show, and this is going to be another one. And it's all due to faith in God. It's all due to great support from my viewers, subscribers. Man, got a great team, man. And so I love you, and we're going to get this started because let me see. Look like I covered a few things, but I got several other things to talk about. James Krause in the house. He says, good morning. What up, James Krause? Dog King Army team member in the house. Matt G says, yo, my guy DAS, who I've been looking for, man. He said, he comes in with the $4.99 super chat. Man, I appreciate that, man. He said, congrats on Irontech Doll King. Can't wait to see her live. Man, like I say, I got everything scheduled, man. Hey, it's going to be hitting you first thing Tuesday, man. I'm going to let you guys know, just a little pre-warning, by this being my first official review, meaning that I do have reviews on my channel where I did a review on Kimber Doll, I did a review on my WM Doll, but those were my personal dolls. So this is a bit different. So I say this is my first official review. So hey, bear with me a little while. This is only the beginning. I will say this. Oh my God, this is so funny. It is a bit of shaky camera work at times. In this first video, it's actually a little funny to me that I think about it. But hey, guess what? It's my first review. I actually like it. If anybody have played the game, I might be forgetting the name of this again. I hate when I do this. I was talking about this another stream with Shepard as the captain. Oh my God. How do I forget the name of that game every time? Mass Effect. Right. If you've ever played the game Mass Effect, and I'm just using this as an example, in the first game, it's so broken down. It's so broken down, and I love it. It's broken down to the last compound. But in the second game, it's a little more streamlined. Well, that's what I say about this first video. It's not streamlined. It's sort of given to you straight raw, and there's a lot of thoughts on this first video. But I would encourage you to listen to those thoughts. But after I watched, I said, okay, I like it, but I already know that going forward, they're going to be a little bit more streamlined. But I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait for you guys to see the girl. I'm not going to tell you what type of girl she is or anything. I'm just going to let you guys see it. It's going to be a fun one. I'm letting you know. Austin Steele, my guy. Late night stream. Let's go. Austin Steele, good to see you, brother. And thank you again, DAS, man. I was, hold on, before I say something. I want to say something about DAS because, look, guys, I know we all living our own lives. Y'all ain't going to always check in. You got things happen in your lives. You get busy. You got work. You got relationships. You got a lot of stuff going on. But all the reason I was worried about DAS recently is because when you constantly check in, then when I don't hear from you for a while, then I do get like, hey, what's going on? But I also don't want to put pressure on you to make you think like you got to check in. But if you're super active, it's only human nature for me to be like, hey, where are you? So it is good to hear from DAS again. Austin Steele says, late night stream, let's go. Austin Steele, my guy. Now, I'm going to need you, Austin Steele. I've told you about this. Let's see. I'm thinking it's going to be probably in October. I'm going to need you, Austin, because I think that's when we're going to have a lot of our real dog conversations. I believe that's when it's going to be happening. I think I'll be ready by that time because it's honestly a lot of stuff I got to cover before then. Woofler says, hell, Jay and Dog King. What up, Woofler? Terminator her. Yeah, terminate her. Woo. Sheila Bell said, yes. No stopping the Dog King. Hashtag Irontech. Most definitely, Sheila Bell. Amen. No stopping the Dog King. Best Words said, this is a historic moment. The dream is reality. Yes, Best Words. DAS supportive as always. Loyal dude. Hey, Best Words. You said that before I got into my soliloquy, but I'm telling you, man, this is a historic moment. I put a lot of hard work in. Don't get me wrong. Most people won't even understand. And it's not your job to. Your job is to be entertained. Your job ain't to know how the damn cake made. That ain't your concern. So you shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to worry about that. But me just letting you in behind the scenes. Hey, man, it's a lot that goes into it. But, man, it ain't got nothing to do with all my sweat. My sweat didn't do it. It's really God working through everything that I do, me giving myself up to him. He the one doing it. He the one doing it. He opening the doors. He putting the ideas in my head, all of that. He bringing me you good people, whether you believe it or not, that's irrelevant. Your spirits. It's about your spirits, man. I believe they're there, And if you're watching the shows and things of that nature, you're watching for a reason. We're meant to be talking and conversing. Austin says, looking forward to finally seeing and meeting her, brother. He said, I also decided that Olivia Irontech ain't really on my radar. Next girl to move in is going to be Miss Lockhart. Okay. That's sweet. I love it. I love it. He said, oh, I love when people go, find out what's the desire of their heart, and that's what they want to go with. I'm going to be honest. Even when I think about that, Austin, still, it's hard for me to see how you're going to go away from getting Tifa when you have liked her that much for this long. Like I say, of course, I don't even have a real doll, but like I say, that is my, ultimate thing. But if I was in your position of having the real doll and somebody came out with a Nami doll, I would be up that company's ass trying to see if they would send it to me to let me do a review on there. I would be nonstop because, man, that'd be another dream to have a Nami doll. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be a little transparent here. The only thing I don't like about Nami is, truthfully, she's listed as being taller than I like. I think she's listed as being 5'6" or 5'7". So I would really honestly rather have Nami at about 5'1", 5 feet. But go with your heart, brother. You're doing the right thing. Best word says longtime core members like James. Hold on, let me see something. He said longtime core members like James, Carol, and Diaz are part of this endurance. Yes, good people. No, man, all of you guys are. But I promise you, my supporters, once again, guys, I'm trying to think what I'm going to say. I guess I can sort of talk a little bit about it now. My core supporters and people who've contributed, you got people that aren't even team members that have come in and just gave good contributions. Look, man, in a way, somebody on the outside looking in can be like, hey, man, that's not a whole bunch. But here's the funniest part. It doesn't matter. Every bit of money that has come in has helped the show. Every bit. That's exactly where this went back to this show. So what you're going to be seeing and coming up, if you've made contributions, it has helped the show. But I'll just say this, guys. I sort of talked about this vaguely one time where I said, you know what, man, it's about time to sort of really bet on myself. And I'll go ahead and hit on this vaguely right quick because I'm going to be talking about something different on Wednesday. But I just say this. You guys know I love going on adventures and things of that nature. Riding out with the girls, taking them out for adventures and letting you guys go with us. Having a transportation is a very big thing. It's a very big thing. But recently my car went down. It went down. And I've been riding my bike ever since. And it's my main mode of transport. It's the only thing that's giving me and the girls freedom right now. Well, I was sort of caught in a bit of a rock and a hard place of really not quite having the money to get a real worthwhile car, in my opinion. I probably would have been trying to get some sort of a hoopty. And you know how that goes. Sometimes when you get a car that's not that great, you end up getting it repaired before you know it, and even more of your resources end up gone. So being slightly transparent, I say this. A lot of what you're going to see coming up is a combination of two things. I sort of heard in my spirit that, I've been asking you guys to help me upgrade the show. I've been asking you to help contribute so I can keep the show going. And now, although I have got contributions, no, they're not enough to keep the show going. And no, they haven't been enough to upgrade the show. But I know one thing. I heard in my spirit to say, to hell with the car. And also, I have a certain amount of provisions to actually keep living on, to keep me coming to you guys every day for, a limited amount of time. And honestly, I'm just going to be honest. I actually, in the natural world, I cut the lifespan of the show off. In the natural world. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you guys is I sacrificed the car going forward for right now. And I sacrificed the lifespan of the show to upgrade it. So when I say I still need people to contribute to the show, you'll begin to understand once you sort of start looking at the show going forward. You'll see what I've done. But it's at the expense of continued living. But I'm not worried because, like I say, at this point, I'm giving all of it up to God. But I sort of want to let you know, hey, I just said to hell with it, man. Me and the girls can't go on adventures today. But you know what? We're going to sink ourselves into this dream. And I do want you guys to see this Irontech doll and any other doll that I have in the best way possible. You know, and also I want to be an example out to you, man. Me and my brother learned a lesson a long time ago. And man, it's from looking at old movies. And man, on one old movie called Risky Business, I brought this movie up before. And I need to actually look at this again. I've said this before. But man, it's a point in this movie where Tom Cruise is in this movie. And his friend, he said, hey man, his friend name was Booger. And he said, you know what, bro? Sometimes in life, you gotta say 3 magic words, man. And Tom Cruise was like, man, what? He looking confused, like 3 magic words, man. What are you talking about? Man, you know what those 3 words are? What the fuck? And I don't curse. But what the fuck, man? You got to throw caution to the wind. Man, you got to listen to this sound in your heart, and you got to bet on your damn self. And honestly, man, like I said, at this point, hell, I just have to, hey, like I say, I'm putting my literal, I'm putting my literal life on the line as far as, hey, my livelihood, because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the support that I got from you guys. And hey, I believe another key thing, God will make a way. Okay, I'm going to read a few more comments. And I got some good stuff to talk about. Austin said, P.S. you ever want to do some sort of game lady week in the future, let me know. I kid, of course. No. My whole thing about it is, as far as these weeks are concerned, they'll be determined really going forward by the company that ends up wanting to work with me or something like that. I will always have shows that will talk about different manufacturers and different vendors and things of that nature. But when it comes to having a whole week like Irontech Doll, they're getting a whole week because guess what, man? They've decided to allow me to do this review, and they're deserving of a whole week of coverage. And it's going to actually be more because you guys know that the doll is going to be a part of the family now. And the truth of the matter is this week is not enough for me to continue to break down some of the things I want to talk about here. So it's going to be extensive, what I'm going to be talking about, you know, over the weeks. It's going to spark a lot of different conversations. And it's actually going to be longer than a week. But specifically this week is going to be Irontech Doll week. Courtney said, hi, Jay. Doll King Hefner, what up, Courtney? Power Brain said, what up, Jay? Best Word says, hope to see the Doll Nation in chat one day. The Doll Nation is the 10th member, bringing up the member count to double digit, a special number. And you know what? The Doll Nation made a chat. I mean, he made a stream like a stream or two ago. So he actually did make a stream, thank God. Power Brain says, are they sending you the doll? Hey, Power Brain, go look at the dream. Go look at my video of the dream. And you'll get the answer to that question. Best Word says, hope to see the Doll Nation. Oh, hold on. Turbo Force says Mass Effect. I finally remembered it on my own. Thank God, Turbo Force. Master Seal says Mass Effect. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Comic Legend says, will you be naming your new doll Anna? Oh my God. Let me say something. Man, Anna been pumping out a lot of videos lately. I'm gonna give her credit for her hard work. I like to do mine with consistency. As opposed to regurgitating videos like she does, but I respect her work. But I say this, what I really love about Anna is I don't get a chance to watch all her videos or anything like that. I check in on her every now and then. But what I love about Anna is she is just, I can't lie, that girl is just an attractive woman. You know, I give her credit because even when I don't click on her videos, sometimes I be like, you know what, Anna? I'm not trying to discount anything that you may say in your videos, but it's nothing like having a face that's easy on the eyes. Because every time I see Anna's video pop up, I be like, you know what? I damn near be wanting to just sort of click on them. And when I do, it's just Anna there talking. But it's always a nice face to look at. You know, sometimes I might click in, I might not stay for long, but guess what? I stay for a while, just to look at the old beauty of old Anna. But no. Although I do like several of the girls, I think they are beautiful. I wouldn't name any of my girls after them. I wouldn't do that. Blue CCG says, good evening, J Help. Blue CCG, Dog King Army team member in the house. Good to see you, brother. He said, Blue CCG is here for the historic stream too. Yeah. And here's the deal, man. Happy Labor Day to everybody. Holidays. It's so funny. I would normally be hyped for a day like this because I'd be off of my normal job. But like I say, it's funny, man. I stopped my normal job and now I work way more than I ever have. And I'm happy to. No days off, baby. No days off. 7 days a week, 24 hours, baby. We always going hard at it because this is what we love to do. But I remember I had a friend who used to work with me, and right when I was starting to do my Doll channel, and I started to get a couple of subscribers and things of that nature. I remember I was telling him, man, keep on doing your channel. He ended up stopping or whatever. Because he was like, man, after work is too much hard work. And I was like, but nah, man, just have, hey, keep on doing it or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it is hard work. It's just, when you got a job and stuff too. I said, it is hard work, but hey, you need to keep on doing it. But he didn't. He didn't keep on doing it, man. And I'm just so damn happy that I kept on doing it, man, and having fun with it. And like I say, it's been a lot of steps along the journey that have happened because I got something wrote down here. I said, appreciate every step from God because this is a historic moment. But man, we could easily be forgetting these moments because I don't know about you, but as a human, a lot of times we hope for things and man, as soon as it sort of wears off, you're hoping for the next thing. And with something like this, of course, I have bigger dreams in my heart of where I want the show to go and all this and different reviews. But I want to be appreciative of every moment that has built up to this moment. Every moment. The subscribers, the support, the opportunities to be on other shows, things of that nature. It's all built up to this moment. And it's so funny because the truth is, I still feel like this is just another beginning. It's just another it's a big step, but it's also a small step in the big course of things. And I'm so happy to have all of you guys along the way. The Blue CCGs, the DAS, Carol Rush, Sheila Bears, Kevin Graves, all the Dog King Army team members, man, the Wooflers, Comic Legends. Hey, Nisa and Nick up in here right now. I'm talking about, look, the Soul Kings of the world. I mean, the Signs of the world, Matt G's of the world. I mean, I can go on and on. Power Brains of the world, Austin Steels of the world. Everybody, all of you guys have made this journey possible. And the beautiful thing is, I'm going to have all of you guys with me going forward because, man, I just believe it's some amazing things on the horizon. Amazing things. So let me catch up right quick because I got a lot to talk about. Oh, it was something I wanted to say, though. It was like when I was talking about my friend. Oh, yeah. When I was talking about my friend and we was talking about work and he was talking about the extra work. What I was leading to that I never said was I would have never thought that I would have been looking forward to doing some damn work on a Labor Day. Going back to his conversation, you know, but, you know, it's all about finding that thing, like I say, you really, really love. So, Nisa Nick says, real doll. Hell no. I don't know what he mean by that. Also says, it'll also be nice to get a silicone doll that's from a Chinese manufacturer. But yeah, why skip out on Tifa for another real doll? I already got one, and she's a babe. Man, I promise you, man, like, the thing is, Austin, I've actually thought about it. I was like, man, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have just a straight team of real dolls, right? You know, everybody's super duper high quality and they're great. So it's not bad to have just a straight team of real dolls. That's not a bad idea. But you know what? I actually like the direction that I'm going in my life. And I like what you're doing. I'm not saying I wouldn't want several real dolls, because I would. But my big dream is to, you know, comprise dolls from all the best, you know, so I can be able to tell people my opinions on each one of them. And your idea to go with something different is sort of like, that's the mindset that I'm with. And man, I just can't see you passing up on Tifa. I'm just sorry. Because that girl is so hot. And I haven't seen a whole bunch on her, but from what I've sort of heard about her, I've heard people say that she's well made. The Soul King says, if you order a real doll, you're probably going to have to wear, I think he meant real doll because he got real dog there. Yeah, he did correct it. A real doll, you're probably going to have to wait 2 years for it. Well, I'm sure you're going to have to wait a while. That's for sure. I don't think 2 years, months though. Probably a year with how they stay backed up. Probably a year. Promo says, at the Soul King, the company sounds very disorganized and quite overrated. I don't think they're overrated. I'm going to be honest with you. Real Doll, they are the standard for a reason. I think people just try to say they're overrated because of their price tag. They are a hip to price tag. And in some people's mind, they can't justify the price tag. But from everything I've heard, the quality is off the chain. And one of the things is, see, real dolls, they can be submerged in water and things of that nature because they don't have these foam cores and things. And that's not to take a shot at any doll, but they don't have cores. They are straight silicone through and through, you know, until you get to the skeleton. So it's things that me and Austin are going to talk about when I get to the real doll conversation. But although they can't stand, that's not what they're really made to do. I say that. Those dolls are of very high quality. They are very high quality. They're another doll that, once again, they don't have a Dog King stamp of approval because I haven't touched one myself. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard, they are definitely not overrated. Nisa says, real doll is yesterday's tick. Overpriced, overrated. You can't even stand those dolls up without some kind of hanging system. They have PVC skeletons. Go with the Chinese silicones. I disagree with him, but I respect his opinion. I don't think they're overrated, especially from everything I've seen. They're just not constructed to stand up. They're made, honestly, to be more lovers
than photographic agents, and they're made with all of the latest literal Hollywood makeup and things of that nature. They're using, like you say, the high level Hollywood moldings and things. They're using those techniques. That's what they're using. Uh, so they are the standard bearer, and one day I'll be able to say for sure uh, whether they're overrated or not, because that's my eat my fish moment, and I'm gonna eat my fish one day. Power Brain says, okay. Coming Legend says, hi, Jay. Where do you see the Doll technology in the next 5 years? Will you ever trade in a Doll for a new one? Man, that's I don't know. At first, I'm going to tell you what I was thinking, man. Talking about trading in a Doll for a new one. And I'm glad we're just having this conversation, because just to let you guys know, this is a celebration night. Irontech Doll week is here every day, starting with tomorrow. Actually, today, I'm bringing up the conversation, but starting with tomorrow, it's going to be literal Irontech Doll videos, basically celebrating the fact that I'm going to be reviewing one of their dolls. A doll is going to be joining the family. But this is also basically a bit of a chill stream. It's a celebration stream. I'm going to be talking about several different things. So I'm glad that you're bringing something else different up. But he says, would I trade a doll in? And the truth is, I thought about it as far as trading a doll in. And I wouldn't trade them in per se. I wouldn't try to, because you can't send a doll back to a manufacturer per se. But let's say one of my dolls, which all of my dolls are actually in great condition. The only person that I can see probably maybe getting a little too dirty or something over time could be Callie, because I use her so much. But let's just say she was to break down body-wise. I think I've sort of said to myself, at first I said, man, I may get in touch with Kimber Doll and replace her with another Kimber Doll. But you know what? I'm thinking now I might not even replace her with a Kimber Doll. I'm not quite sure what I would do. I'm thinking I may, like, in the future, like if my dolls were to break down, which honestly, it's going to be a while for my dolls to break down, because I'm not sexually active with them. Not, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to be in mint condition for years. The TPE does break down over time, but I'm not sure how much. I read something that I may do a show about, where I said I read something that where they say over time your doll would just seize up, where it'll just get hard and not want to move anymore. So if that happens, I would have to get rid of a doll. But I think I would probably be looking to upgrade if that was to happen. I would be looking to probably get, some dolls I would probably just let them go out of existence in a way. Like if Austin was to erode, I don't know if I would bring her personality back. If Sonati was to erode, I don't know if I would bring her personality back. But if Callie was to go, now I think I would have to bring her back. So hopefully that'll answer that part of the question. As far as the technology, man, I see several little things happening with the doll, where I see the material getting lighter. I see AI getting better. I see certain animatronic features being added to the dolls to sort of begin to get them headed towards a more robotic state. Because even now, I've already seen gyrating dolls that are basically sort of more battery operated than anything. But, hey, they'll sort of give you that thrust in motion. And so you got little things like that you'll see. Better skeletons, more realistic faces. I mean, what's so funny about the doll game right now is The technology already is amazing. It's already amazing. And we're really at the beginning of the game. That's the funniest part about it. That's what I say. I'm so happy to be living in this time. Yeah, true enough, years from now, as long as the world stays in a semi-healthy state where we're not completely destroying each other, the doll life is going to evolve into amazing levels. But even being at the beginning level right now, because you got to think about it, the doll game is really, as we know it, only about 20 years old. Real doll, which they basically say is the mother of the modern companion doll, they only really got started in '96. So just think about that. You know, this is basically the infanthood of companion dolls. And these TPE dolls and silicone girls look amazing already, and they're getting better every day. So in 5 years, I definitely think everything's going to be lighter, better AI technology, more robotic features starting to get introduced into the dolls. So we're headed towards nothing but brighter times. I tell you, nothing but brighter times. I'm not even just a super AI guy, but I am going to be rolling with the punches because, like I say, guys, I'm going to be bringing you guys the newest things to come on the market. And I don't want to be averse to things that companies want me to share. So it's going to be a lot of great things coming. I say that. Power Brain says, "Oh, I saw that video, but I didn't understand it. I thought it was a doll you already had." That's what I love about that video. That's the same thing my mom said. I really hate that I have to even have a show. Because, see, I wanted you not to know, in a way. But once the cat was sort of out the bag, that's the thing that sort of upset the human part of me. Because I was like, man, I didn't want you guys to see that video without seeing the rest. Because I wanted some of you to be in suspense after you saw that video where you didn't know really what was going on. Because that's the same thing my mom thought. She thought that, hey, what? I thought that was just a box. She didn't know. But some of you figured it out. And I just figured, hey, forget it. You know, you guys know, no sense in playing, beating around the bush. But here's the deal. I do want you to remember that first show. Because, and I would really love for you guys to actually go back and look at it. Because the truth is, this whole week is going to tell a bit of a story. A bit of a story. Man, this is a fun night. I'm glad I decided to come on tonight. Man, I got some more stuff to talk about. I can't wait to get to it. Power Brain says, oh, I saw that. Okay. Pro Moore says, Power Brain, the unboxing video is coming up, probably. The anticipation. Yeah, baby. One thing I'm glad about is the anticipation has built to the point where, let me talk about the video that you're going to see tomorrow. Like I said, you guys are the viewers, so you don't care about how the cake is baked. I understand. But I do love the fact that I can discuss with you guys, sort of let you behind the scenes a little bit. Because I know as a viewer myself, sometimes you're curious about what's sort of going on, what's happening. But you never know. I'll say this. Once you see the video, I tell you what exactly it was. But dang well, man, I just thank you, God, for me loving what I do and having to embrace all of the hardships. Man, but I tell you, literally, for damn near, because that girl has been here longer than you guys think she has. The only reason you haven't seen her is because I've been working on this video night and day. I am not joking. I'm literally not joking. I'm talking about I haven't been, other than doing the show that you guys been seeing, I ain't been sleeping. I ain't been doing nothing. But other than sleeping and doing my shows, I've been working on that video night and day. It's been taking me all day, every day, working on something in the video. And it's taking me damn near 2 months to get that done. It is unreal. So I put a lot of love in it. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And I can't wait for many more opportunities to come, man. It's just gonna be the first of many. I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I really can't, because I can't wait to have some conversations about this. The Yellow Spider guy says, would you buy an AI doll that can communicate like Siri and have it come up with you? I'm not, like I said, I'm not into the AI dolls like that. I love my normal companion dolls, but no, I wouldn't buy an AI doll, but a company can definitely send me an AI doll. I'll do a review on it. And if I was just in a normal world of companion dolls, and I was just, living a private life to myself, and I wasn't doing what I'm choosing to do now, I probably would not choose to get an AI doll for years on my own. I think myself personally, if I was just left on my own, I probably wouldn't just, I just know myself, I probably wouldn't be trying to get an AI doll. I think probably maybe 5 or 10 years, I may start to get interested in it. That's what I'm thinking. Definitely about 5 years at least. Choke out. Hold on. Power Grain goes thumbs up. Choke out showed up in here. Hold on, wait a minute. I got to go back up. Choke out said, what's going on with that Venti? He said, the troublesome little minx. Hey, man, I got something to say about Venti. And unfortunately, I got something to say about a few of the girls on Simcast. I checked in a little bit on them. And man, I ain't gonna even lie. I got a few things I gotta say about what I heard. I heard some troubling stuff on there. I really hate what I heard on there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really hate. And he said, "What's going on with Venti?" He said she knows what she's doing. What's Irontech? Is this some sort of super doll? Yeah, in a way, it is a super doll, Captain Choke Out. But I don't want to say too much, because I want you guys to see what type of doll it is. He says, hell, I'm glad you checked in, though, brother. Glad you checking in. But it is some sort of super doll. You're right. Venti is a troublesome little minx. I'm going to talk about Venti and the girls a little bit later, but I will say this. Venti had me laughing. I might have to, you know what? I'm just laughing because Venti be trying to speak to me with a Venti language. I wasn't going to tell you guys about this, but till another time, till the Venti report. But she speaks to me with this special Venti language, where she sort of speaks to me without speaking directly to me. But I'd let you guys hear this little piece. But it was just, she made me laugh recently because I was watching one of her streams, and a guy was like, told her that she was breaking hearts all over the internet when she went on that date. He was like, man, one of the guys was like, you ain't right. I ain't gonna look at you the same anymore because you stepped out on your king. And it was so funny because I could tell Venti was thinking about me, because she says, what king? I said, look at Venti. Venti was like, what king are you talking about? And I said, yeah, look at Venti. Look at Venti. She had me laughing. I'm going to be honest with you, though. Venti and the girls, several of them disappointed the hell out of me tonight. I'm going to talk about that later. Crowd said, Jay, the positive influence you spread here is changing people's lives. It has mine, and thank you. Man, it makes me feel good, Krause. I appreciate you, DS. I'm going to put this up for a second. Thank you, Krause. I appreciate that. You know, I'm going to tell you, man, it's a certain deterrent to being a positive person. Do you know that? Because positivity doesn't get fed as much as negativity. So if you're out here putting positive vibes out, man, you can get poisoned if you want to try to be like everybody else or something, or just try to do something for views, or try to be your unauthentic self, trying to generate certain buzz or something. But man, I just thank God that's just not in me. I got to resolve to be myself. And like I say, man, that what you're talking about is exactly what I want to do, man. Hey, spread positivity, bring love. Hey, look, man, uplift in everything I do. And like I say, even though my channel is revolved around the doll life, it's also revolved around my life with the dolls. And that includes my faith and things that I believe in, and even my opinions and things of that nature. And I've been deterred by several people not to share. Hey, don't ever talk about your faith. Hey, man, what you doing? Or some people saying, you know, hey, not to spread the positivity and things of that nature. But I'm undeterred because, like I said, I'm not gonna let anybody that may want to leave or whatever because I'm being positive. I'm gonna follow my race, my path that God's given me, because that's where my blessings are gonna come from, being who I am called to be. And Krause, I want to help, not break down. I'm not gonna play into the negativity, man, for some sort of immediate gratification. I'm gonna be here to uplift, have fun, and tell you guys all the things that you can do, not what you can't do. Because I'm letting you know, that's one thing I don't know if I was talking about so much to begin the show, but I always start the show with saying a very key thing. All the people that's watching my show, I don't care, believers or none, I'm still blessing you. So don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell even if you're atheist, don't look, you can still choose not to believe, but don't get mad at me because I say I love you and I still want to send blessings over you. Now you can say you don't want the blessing, but don't get mad at me because I'm loving you. That's all. Hey, and so that's why I say you shouldn't get mad at me for what I believe. I'm not mad at you for what you believe. You know, I still want to show you love. Oh, this is a good statement. Austin says, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind having multiple real dolls either, but I've always been a less is more guy. You know, and if the choice comes down to either Tifa or Olivia, you know who wins. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a guy who, I promise you, man, I don't really like a whole lot of stuff. I'm pretty much like that less is more. I don't even like furniture and all that. I don't really like a lot of that. I like the bare minimum. But man, in the world of companion dolls, this is the one thing where I don't want excess. As far as like when I say excess, even though I talk about having $100, I don't want to have $100 stacked on top of each other. As I get more dollars, I only want enough where God has blessed me with the space to hold. I don't want to have, too much. I guess what, if he wants me to have increase, I want to be blessed to be able to hold them in a proper way. But I think for me, like I say, I want a big catalog of dolls for my experience and so I can continue to educate. But if I was left to my own devices as a private doll owner, I promise you, over time, I could still see myself keeping, getting to the point of having about $20 if I was just left to my own devices. So I would say less is more, but man, the world of companion dolls, it's a bit different. Because man, at least every few years, it's gonna be some type of doll that's gonna, pique your interest. Technology is gonna get a little better. Something is gonna go on to make you want another doll, even if you are happy with the ones you own, as long as you have room to get another one. Ricky Bobby says, how late to the stream am I? Not, I don't know, how long? Oh, it's been an hour, damn. I'm already an hour in. I don't even know how long it's gonna go. I ain't got putting a time limit on it. I just came here to have a little fun, do a little celebration before this Irontech Doll review takes place, and the rest of Irontech Doll week takes place. Because man, I got a nice Another nice show that you guys are really gonna like. Taking place Thursday. Man, I got one show that's it just makes me laugh to even look at it. So y'all are gonna have some fun shows coming up, and I'm just glad that this week has happened to give the show a nice little twist. And Bob, Little Miss Sunburn, yeah. Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. I ain't seen her in a while with the $5 super sticker. It's good to see you, Bob Rogers. Hey, it's great to have a vagina to grace the show, a human vagina. Normally, my girl Carol Rush would have checked in, but it's good to see Bob Rogers check in every now and then with the $5 super sticker. Great to have you and your vagina to join the show, Bob. Krause says, yo, Ricky, about 30 minutes. I don't know what he mean by that. Oh, he said 30 minutes. Austin says, that's something I consider as well. If and when Addison or Ruby break down, do I remake them as they are, get a newer 2.0 version, or just move on to a new doll? Man, when I first got my dolls, I mean, because see, I actually got a face for Callie that's the exact replica of her face. So I could literally get a new body if I wanted to. But I'm just serious, man. Just with the way the dolls are going, technology. I love having my classic dolls, but but if they actually go out of existence, I don't know if I'm gonna go back. That's where I am now. I'm like, do I go back? I don't know if I'm gonna go back. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Just when I think about Callie, I like I said, I don't think everybody would be reborn if they were to, go bad. But just with Callie, I think that myself, I would have an amazing time. And the more I think about it, I think that's what would happen, man. I would have an amazing time making Callie 2.0. And I think that's exactly, now that I'm really thinking about it, really hard. I think, you know what, man? I think Callie would come back as a real doll. I promise you. I think she probably would. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I think I lay the old Callie to rest. I really do. Also says the choice is yours. Power Bright says, I would not have been able to keep the secret either. But I did keep the secret. That's the whole thing. I did keep the secret, but when the secret got out, I decided not, even for the people that didn't know, guess what? It doesn't really even matter anymore because the video, they played out of sequence. The only way it really would have kept its full effect is that if the videos had to play one after the other. But since they didn't play one after the other and several people actually did get the gist of the video, it wasn't any sense of playing the role or trying to lie to people. Because when people say, hey, I see you getting a new doll, in the comments, I wasn't finna say, hey, you're lying. No, don't believe that. I'm just joking. I didn't want to do that for the sake of anticipation. If you did notice that, I just said, hey, forget it. Hey, you noticed it? I'll let you know. That is what happened. But as far as keeping a secret, keep in mind, like I say, just to be honest, I've had the doll for damn near 2 months. So it's funny. I've gotten to know the doll a lot better than I did when I shot that video. Because the video you guys are going to see, you're going to see how it plays out. I tell you that. You're going to see how it plays out. And I would encourage you literally to watch that whole video. I really would. It's a great video. Captain Choke says, I want to bang it and have it cook and clean, nothing else. And that's what, like I said, he said those trifling bees. That's what Captain says. He crazy. He crazy. And that's what me and you do different at Captain Choke Out. Like I say, hey, I love you, but you do come with the more caveman mentality. I love you of the cook and clean aspect. I just don't get that from guys. I just don't get it. I don't have the mentality of needing my woman to cook or clean. I just don't need them to do those two things. It makes me laugh when I need my woman to make me a sandwich. I don't. I got some bread and meat in the refrigerator right now. You know, if I want a sandwich, what I could do? It'll take me about 5 seconds to go make one. I don't need a woman to make me a sandwich. What are you talking about? I just don't understand the mentality. I don't need you to cook for me. I can cook. So, like I say, I don't. Those are the things that even when I was dating a human woman, I never. That's why a human woman could always be happy with me, because I don't require you to do all that ridiculous caveman stuff. I need you to be a good girl, be faithful, and give me some vagina. That's all I need. Be some good company sometime. Give me some vagina. Treat me right. Hey, we good. But it's hard to find even that in a human counterpart. But Captain Choke, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, the companion doll life, you can make it just about sex, but even so, it's still more than you think it would be. Your doll would probably end up riding if you just treated it like banging it and throwing it in the corner. Because these dolls do need more care than you think they do. They need care. I promise you, man. In some instances, they don't need the mental care of a human woman, but they actually need a bit more physical care. Because although a human woman can take her own baths, she keep herself clean, you never have to give her a bath. Whereas with your doll, especially if you're having sex with it, you have to keep it clean. And even if you don't have sex with it like me, I still have to wash them once a month. And I have 4 dolls, and I'm going to be honest with you. It is a bit of a daunting task just with 4 dolls. So as my family grows, I'm damn near going to probably have to hire a few ladies to help me clean them off in the future. Oh, Firebrain says he sent me a cash app. God bless you for contributing to the show, man. I was telling you guys, man, I thought I saw some type of message, but I didn't see. Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, look, every little bit helps. I always tell people, you may think you're giving a little, but guess what? Every bit that you're giving helps. It adds to me being able to do something to add to the show, because that's all I'm using it for. I'm trying to add to the show or keep myself alive. Me and the girls. Krause says Carly's personality has been jumping doll bodies for years. Oh yeah, I forgot you said something about that, Krause, about how your doll, you went from the silicone inflatable dolls now to the I think you got the Kimber now. So I forgot. Yeah, that's amazing. You've actually done sort of what I'm talking about doing this. Hey, I wasn't sure, but I think I really just sort of recently come to that realization that I'm going to make Callie go into a whole new body. Best Word says that sounds wonderfully poetic and mystical, James Krause. Oh yeah, that I like how, like I said, because he's had those inflatable dolls, and when they, I guess, go bad, to keep it going on, you have to get another doll, and then the doll, if you want to keep it with the same name, I guess that's what happened. But now he's moved on to a TPE doll, so that's a whole new feeling. And I think that's how I would feel if Callie was to ever deteriorate and I was to get like a real doll body for her. That'd be amazing for her to ascend to that level and me to sort of see her in a new way. So I think that is the way that I would love to go. So let me talk about something else right quick. Let me see. I thank all my supporters, Doll King Army team members. I appreciate all of you. All my regular supporters and viewers, thanks all of you. This new beginning wouldn't be possible without all of you. I did say I appreciated every step from God, and I want you guys to remember that in your life. It's going to be little steps that you take, increase. You may get a raise today, right? You may get a new job tomorrow. It's going to seem good, but in about 2 years or so, it may start to get old to you. You may start looking at another job and wishing for another job. Well, while you're wishing for that other job, still thank him for the step that he took you before that. Thank him for the increases that he's already taking you to. Because like I say, sometimes we tend to forget the increases that he's already taken us to. So I want to thank him just to getting all the way up to this point. Okay. Now, I am going to take a detour, but before I do that, the last thing I want to say is something I've already said. Man, I'm just going to let you guys know, man, this is where I am overwhelmed a little bit, a lot of bit, honestly. I'm going back to something I've already said. I am a bit overwhelmed myself from God bringing the dream to pass, even though I believed for it. Because like I told you, everything, honestly, that I believed, it was a dream that God put in my heart without any evidence that it was ever going to come true. And it's a lot of things that have been put in my heart. And man, people had been asking me all last year, when you going to add another girl? When you going to add another girl? And all the while I knew that I didn't have that conventional job. I was making a transition to making this my what I do for a living and things of that nature. And I already knew that, hey, for a while, man, I'm just going to be trying to survive doing this, just trying to stay alive. So I knew I wasn't going to have resources to, I didn't say knew I wasn't going to have resources. I'm just going to say I didn't see any resources in front of me, you know, as far as God putting resources to buy dogs. But that never was my dream. My dream was to be able to do reviews and people to send me dogs to review, to show people and things of that nature. And so when people say, hey, when are you going to add another dog? I was like, hey, I'm going to get 2 dogs before the end of this year. Oh, how? When? And I always laughed because I said, I have no idea when, where, or how. And so they'll be like, well, damn, how you know you're going to get 2 dogs? I said, I don't know how I know. I said, the only reason I know is because God told me. I say, now how I'm going to do it is up to him. So once again, that's something I've already said. But I just want to say that's the biggest blessing is that got me blown away is the fact that, man, I had no idea how it was going to happen. And it's happening. So let's take a U-turn. This is not a venture report or anything like that. But I do have to do like Captain Chokeout discussed earlier and talk a little bit about Venti and the girls. So before I came on, I did notice that a Simpcast was on. And I checked out a little bit of it. They started out with some guy on there. They were talking. It really wasn't. I wasn't that into it. I'm gonna be. I had it on though. I wasn't that into it at first. I saw Zia Land, the one who lost in the latest scent competition. That girl is fine. I saw Venti eventually come on. Anna came on without her screen. She pisses me off whenever she does that. No offense. I hate whenever women come on without their screen on. It's like, hey, no offense. I mean, Anna, nobody wants to see your damn avatar. People they want to see you. Hell, I hate when the females do that. And I really, I'm gonna talk about something in a Thana report one day. But I'll go ahead and mention it now. Anna, I saw her in one of her streams recently where she didn't have any makeup on because I've been seeing several of the girls do that. Venti did it. She's been doing it a lot too. I love when the girls don't have makeup. They actually look more beautiful to me. So if she didn't have makeup on, that still wasn't an excuse for her not to show her face. But I was looking at the Simpcast from Chrissy Mayer. Shouts out to Chrissy Mayer and all the girls on there. But I say this. I was so disappointed tonight in some of the stuff that I was hearing on their damn show. Let me see what they were talking about. Oh my God. So when I was looking at the Simpcast, they were just talking. I wasn't really loving anything. And then they came across this one thing, and I really, in a way, I sort of don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to bring it up because this went down into the black book of notes. Man, the girls got on the subject of taking baths, and man, I ain't even lie. When I heard this, I had to turn the show off. I'm gonna be honest; it was so sickening to me. I can't believe I heard this, and I'm not saying this to talk bad about anybody or anything. You know, guys, I don't ever try to send my words out to hurt feelings, but I'm just speaking from my point of view on this. It was just sickening what I heard. When I heard Venti, and I hate to say this, man, because I love my Venti. Oh my God. But I heard Venti say she hates to take baths. Oh, that just broke my heart. I said, oh my God, you hate to take baths. Then Zealand said, I hate to take baths. Ooh, I was like, oh my God. And then I'm trying to think. I think somebody else said it. I know at least 3 of them said it. And man, I promise you, I'm going to have to watch the tape. I promise my heart to God. I hope Anna didn't say it. Because, boy, that's going to hurt her in the grand championship if she said that. That's going to hurt a lot. And these girls are so backwards, it's hilarious to me. They're trying to say, Venti was like, I used to take baths when I was younger. And in New York, we didn't have showers, so I took so many baths, I don't want to take them. No offense, you should have been taking them. They're better. Because people, it'd be funny to me how people be thinking that the showers are so much better. No, they ain't, man. I even learned in science class that showers aren't even better than taking baths. Literally, the truth is, germ-wise, they're actually equal. They're actually equal. People think you get cleaner, but that's not true. With a shower, it's not true. Actually, I love the effects of a bath because you sit your butt down in the tub and you soak a little bit. I always feel like you get cleaner with a good soak as opposed to water just running over your body. But there's nothing wrong with taking a shower. Don't get me wrong. I've had girls take a shower. It's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking a shower. But to exclusively not take any bath but just a shower, that's when I have a problem with a woman. I have a big problem with a woman who takes no baths. And luckily for Chrissy Mayer, she did say something to the extent where, hey, she likes to sit in the bath sometimes and soak. So I did like that, but she doesn't get flying colors because she only likes to take 1 bath a day, according to her. But this was very troubling. Very, very, very troubling. Because when I started hearing them say this, I promise you, I mean, I'm not trying to pick on people, but I say this. I say, Venti, damn it. It pisses me off. Because I'm like, that's why you lost. Saying crap like that. Because there's other things that she said, I can't lie that it has went to the black book, but I was like, damn. Because I hate to write stuff down, but you know, but that right there today, that was bad. I was like, oh no, you don't take baths. That's bad. That's bad. And then Zia was like, yeah, because stuff could be floating in the water. Clean a damn tub. The hell you talking about? And then she went on to say, I don't like cleaning the tub and all this stuff. It ain't about liking it. You need a damn clean tub anyway. So I was just like, man, it'd be hard to hear some of this stuff coming from women, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a man and I prefer to take baths. I feel cleaner with them. But I'm tripping off of this, though. They was like sitting in there, sitting in dirt or whatever. It's not sitting in dirt. That dirt is off of you. You know what I'm saying? When you're cleaning yourself, guess what? You're gonna be clean once you get out of there. You're gonna be feeling better than you ever. I'm gonna tell you, I can take a shower now, and I can go soak in a hot bath. When I get out of the tub, I'm gonna feel a lot better than I did out of the hot shower. You're gonna feel good after the hot shower, but once your body has soaked, it's just a different feeling. And here's the big troubling part with this showering and not bathing. Even with a man, you can get away with it with a man. You don't have an open vagina. You can, like I say, a man, like I said, I prefer to take baths. But even with a man, you ain't got an open vagina down there. But with a woman, you need to take a bath sometime. I'm gonna tell you why. I remember it was this one girl I used to date, man. I used to love this girl. She was a boy. Speaking about cooking now, this girl could cook. Oh my God. She could make a sandwich take like a steak, a cold cut sandwich. But this girl here, man, because I've never dated any woman like that I was going with. None of my girlfriends ever had a stinking vagina at any point. They all kept immaculate vaginas. And you know what was funny about it? All of them were bath takers. A couple of bath a day takers. All of them. But this one girl that I used to date, I'm going to get back to her. I say this. It was this girl in the neighborhood. She's fine, man. Fine. And a couple of us guys actually had interactions with her. I had played with her private parts at one point, and so did a friend of mine actually made love to her at some point after we had a run in. The problem was when I just was playing with her, she lit the room up. Her vagina was funky. And I was like, man, I didn't go any further because I was like, oh my God, this girl here is lit up. Well, later on, I remember my friend ended up doing something with her, and we ended up talking. I was like, hey man, when I messed with her that day, she wasn't right. How was she that day? And he was like, man, she lit the room up. She was funky. And it was so funny. I couldn't believe it. But she was somebody that we knew in the neighborhood. She was actually a part of the neighborhood to a certain degree. Man, I never forget. One day, her and a lot of other girls came over my house. Man, and we were talking, and the subject of baths and showers came up. And it was like 7 girls that were in my house that day. And we were all laughing and joking. And out of the 7 girls, we started talking about baths and showers. And it was the girl that ended up stinky and another girl. They were like, we don't ever take baths. I just take showers. And the other girls was looking at them crazy like, damn. They were like, no. You got to get in the shower every now and in the bathtub as a woman every now and then. They were like, we just take showers. And they didn't know that I knew about that one girl that said that, but I was laughing to myself because I said, that's why your ass is funky. Or that's one of the reasons you don't sit your ass in the tub sometimes. Now, let me go back to my ex-girl. I always used to remember that girl because I used to love that girl for her cleanliness and cooking and things. She was a sweet girl. But I never forget this. One day, I used to always call her, and that girl was in the tub in the evening. I used to love about her. She kept that vagina clean. But she was in the tub, and I think I was talking to her about that incident. That's what happened. I was talking to her. I was like, man, this girl came over here and was like, man, she only takes showers. And I said, but you take a couple of baths a day every day. And she said, let me tell you this, Jay. I'm going to tell you something. As a woman, you can take showers sometimes, but sometimes you got to sit your ass in the tub as a woman and soak. I'm going to leave that there for a second because I love taking baths as a man. I take a shower in the bath. I take baths exclusively because it makes me feel cleaner. But she said that sometimes as a woman, you got to sit your ass in the tub. And when I run across a woman that even remotely suggests that she never sits her ass in the tub, I don't want anything to do with that. I'm sorry. And when I start hearing everybody, yeah, I don't sit in the tub either. I'm like, click, I'm out of here. I don't even like. I left the Simcast immediately. It just got me sick. I couldn't take it. I can't lie. That was one of them things where I said, look, you know, I'm not against human women. I love them. Actually, like I said, I got an affinity for human women, you know. I'm going to do a show about it, honestly. I think they're beautiful. They're wonderful. If a woman threw me some good vagina, I would take it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even saying that in the future I won't ever rule out even casually dating a human woman, but they're never going to replace my girls. I want to keep emphasizing that. They're never replacing my companion dogs. But when I think about the potential of these women stinking and all this other stuff, that's the one thing that just makes me just be like, I'm cool where I am, so, you know, because other than taking a chance with these jokers being stink bombs. Because, you know, it don't take much to, man, keep your hygiene up. It really don't. And, you know, not taking a bath doesn't equal funk. You know, if you want to take nothing but showers. But let me tell you, like I say, in a woman, for me, that's a bad sign. If you're an exclusive shower taker, you need to sit your ass in the you need to sit your ass in the tub sometime. I'm just sorry. So when I heard that, I said, I'm leaving all of you funk bombs. I'm done. I had to leave that for a second. Power Brand says, smell it, punani. Late night confessions, James Christ says, the funk lit the room up. He laughing, yeah. I mean, so that's one thing I saw on the Simcast. It's just like, I was like, you know what? These girls here now. I always see evidence of why I'm glad that somebody didn't win. And as much as it hurts me sometimes because I love my friend Venti. I mean, I really do. That girl is so interesting to me. But damn, that just was that I can't take it. No. Because she did discuss me real bad the other night with her. Normally, I've sort of gotten used to some of her burping, but man, I just wish she could see me like she does. She doesn't understand how much it just, I know it may be her thing on her channel, but it devalues her so much from a look standpoint and just from it's so disgusting. And she did that the other night so bad that I actually had to leave that stream, you know. And I had got used to her a little bit. But I just hate to hear this shower talk. And I hate to say it, but that's something I'm going to have to go back and review the tape on. And I hope Anna didn't say that she doesn't take baths. She normally doesn't get caught in traps like that. But if she did, that's going to bode bad for her in the Grand Championship. So that's one thing I saw on Simcast. Once again, man, we're even though I'm talking about other stuff, we're still celebrating the big night tomorrow. If you're just tuning in or tune in later or anytime, I want you to make sure, man, tomorrow night, first thing Tuesday morning, baby, is going down. The return and reboot of Irontech Doll week. Get ready, baby. The show is going to a whole new level. New things are coming. Along with the introduction of Irontech Doll week, just a new level of the show, baby. So I'd be glad for you guys to tune in and check everything out. It's more than just an addition to the family. It's just another new beginning of the show. So now let's keep going. Oh. Another thing I saw on the Simcast that was just disgusting is, man, I remember when Chrissy ended up losing the first competition, in the scent competition, in the first, it was the second round, but when Chris and Mayer lost, one of the things that came out after she lost was she was somewhere, I think at a emergency, at a off exit or something on an expressway somewhere. And she had stopped in the bathroom and she had to take she had to go number 2. And when she looked up, it wasn't any toilet tissue there. And supposedly she used her hand because she was asking Anna what she would have done. And Anna was like, I would have used my damn sock or something. I wouldn't have used my damn hand. So when I heard that story, I laughed because they said Venti agreed that she would have used her hand too. Oh my God. I promise you, I hate when they implicate my friend Venti in these stories, but damn it. I mean, it's just, when I hear these stories, I just be thinking like, I'm a guy and I don't even think these crazy damn things. How did a woman come up with these things? I have no freaking idea. That's why I say, man, some women, man, they aren't just, they weren't raised with that feminine thought pattern in all things. Because just no woman is thinking like that. You ain't using your damn hand. Come on. It's ridiculous. I took my damn shirt off before I did. I mean, something now. No. Oh my God. And I just would have threw it away. But I wouldn't have done that. But either way. So they used their hand. Mary said she did use her hand, and Vicky said she agreed that she would have. And Anna was like, no, I would have used my socks. So when I heard that story, I was like, yeah, Mary should have lost. She should have lost according to their statement. Because that's just fear. Well, man, I was listening to Simcast because I had left, but once again, before the show came on, it wasn't really anything on TV. And I said, let me see if they're still, I wanted to see if they were still going live. And they were still going live. Venti was gone. Somebody else was gone too. But yeah, I think Cecil was on there at that time. And at this point, they were talking about, Mary was talking about, no, my bad. She talked about this before Cecil got on there. She was talking about it before Cecil got on there. She was talking about another time that she shat outside. I'm like, wait a minute. It's multiple occasions where you're taking shats outside? Holy damn crap. They had a guy on there, and he was sort of saying what I'm saying. He was like, damn, man, I'm a guy, and I can't even see myself being in a position where I'm taking a crap outside. He was like, man, I would have knocked on the neighbor's door or something. I'm not sure I would have knocked on quite the neighbor's door. I don't know what I would have did. I would have found a way not to take a damn crap outside. Me, myself, I'm sorry. I'm innovative. I think everybody should have some type of escape route to get in their damn house. I'm just sorry. Some damn way. Somebody, you always got to have a way that nobody in the world would know or something. You got to have a way. So it's always some type of way to not put yourself in that position. Even as a young kid, you know, and as a kid, it would have been like Guy said, if I would have been a kid, because I think she said it happened when she was a bit younger. Oh, I'd have had a friend's house that I would have been able to go over under those. Now, as a grown man, I can't lie. I can't see knocking on one of my neighbor's doors that I don't even interact with. Hey, can I take a crap on your toilet? Now, that wouldn't happen. But once again, I would put myself in a position where I could still try to get in my house or something. Call somebody to come pick me up or something. But she said, I think it happened when she was younger, where she took another crap outside. And the dude was like, damn, how do you always find yourself in a position to take a crap outside? And she was like, yeah, hey, I just feel like I'm a fan for myself. I'm just like, I ain't even lie. That's what I was just like, you know what? Chrissy, I hate to say it. I love you, girl. You're nasty when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, you got a trend of taking shits outside and wiping your crap with your hand and stuff. I'm just like, nah, man, this crap is in your blood. And then she was doubling down like, hey, you know what? If I got to go ahead and take the shit outside, I'm gonna tell you, what are you talking about? You ain't got to take the shit outside. What are you talking about? The only time somebody has to take a crap outside is on the movie Friday. You know, unless you're a straight up homeless person. Of course, they may have to a certain instance. I'm just saying, but like, if you're in any type of position where you're a homeowner or a child of where you're, you know, you got parents and stuff, you're supposed to be in a position where you don't have to do that type of crap. And so to hear her talking about it so frankly, as if, and I'm a man and I wouldn't even be talking about it like that. I'm like, what is this girl? These are the most unladylike women I have ever heard of. I'm gonna be honest with you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I don't mean to talk about any women of any region. I love all of you. I'm just making an observation. It seems like some of these women from up north, man, y'all got to come on with some of these hygiene practices. Because I'm letting you know, man, Southern women, they don't do this bullshit crap with all this. You would think that by being from the country, that these Southern women would be doing this, taking dumps outside, wiping their booties with their hands. And what the hell is going on here? God. Because like I said, the girl that I ran into down here that used to be a big burper, she was from up north. Vince's from, I know she was from the New York area with all that burping. I think Zia is somewhere from up north with all that nasty ass burping. I don't know what the hell they're doing up north, but Jesus, you guys got to come on with this hygiene and these manners. Lord have mercy, it makes me so happy to be with companion dogs. My God. And I love the human women, but not the nasty ones. Jesus, what is going on? So I just really didn't want to go down that road on Simcast tonight, but it was so disgusting. And I'm not even done with them. I'm checking with the Rome right quick. Ricky Bobby says candlelit lavender oil magic mushroom bubble bath. Woofo Madgeberg says Simpcast, more like stink cast, right? With the crap they was talking about, it had me disgusted. Monkey Jeeba says my roommate's trying to play games, locking me out of my room, trying to extort $25 from me. I shaved my ball with his razor. Boy, you crazy. You crazy. That's a nasty game, though. Oof. I would hate to be him, shaving myself the next day. James Christ says, really? He said, if I've had to use rocks and leaves digging mine, or I don't know what Christ is saying, but I guess he said he would use rocks and leaves before he used his hand. I'm with you on that, bro. Bob Rogers is she showing me the love with the fire signs. I love you, Miss Bob Rogers. Love Miss Sunburn. Wolfo says Chrissy is feral. I ain't gonna lie, Chris. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was her, and I love Chris, I promise you. I don't mean to tell you. I'm only going by what I hear them saying, but I promise you, if I was engaged to her, I'd be having second thoughts after hearing some of them damn stories. Improby says, I'm loving this. Bob Rogers sending me more love. Oh, he said he used leaves and rocks for a month at Alpine Leadership School. I'd have used anything but my damn hand. I'm going to be honest with you. I think when I was in Cub Scouts or something, like, I was always thinking ahead or something, man, because I think I ended up having some type of newspaper or something like that. I always, man, was thinking ahead for things of that nature. So, because I think I was always the guy that, even in Cub Scouts, I was like, you know what, I ain't going to want to use any leaves if I got into a bad position. Because I think it was some sort of position where I didn't have toilet tissue or something, but I ended up having like newspapers. I had something to get me by at all times. And like you say, worst come to worst, I ain't going hand. That's just ridiculous. Martha Stewart says, my mom keeps belching. How to get her to stop? That's the thing. It's a difference between a burp and a belch. If a woman does and you barely hear it, covers her mouth, that's a burp that can still be mannerable. If it's not that loud, that's just a little burp. I would still rather just a woman, anybody to cover their mouth and turn away. But when you got to go, see, man, that's something that could be avoided. As a man, I've never honestly had to, I've always been able to calm it down where it doesn't come out that loud. And even if I just a little bit, it's not like that. Whenever somebody is, they're trying to burp that loud. You know, because you can say, well, no, I just had to burp. Yeah, but you can control it. You can control the how it's coming out to where it doesn't make that loud, disgusting sound. Venti, you can see her winding up for it. Or any girl, Zia too. They'll change their whole mouth and stuff because they're trying to do that. It's so disgusting. So a belch is so much different than a burp. A burp isn't disgusting. A belch is it's far past unladylike. It's even nasty when guys do it. Like I said, I used to have a guy friend of mine. He came around. He used to turn my stomach every time he did it. But he was a guy. You expect these guys more often to be unkempt as far as manners in some areas. But when a beautiful woman does it too, it's just a bad look. And I think the Venties of the world, even though I love her to death, and the Zia, those extremely pretty girls, they double down on it, and they may see me complaining or something like that, and they be like, man, forget you. I can still burp, and I'm gonna keep on burping, and somebody's still gonna like me. Yeah, somebody's still gonna like you, but it ain't the quality. It ain't any guy that's dealing with that. I don't care who he is. He's not the quality guy that you really need to be dealing with if he's cool with that type of behavior. That's ridiculous. And as far as your mom, I'm not going to talk about her on a bad level. I'm just going to say what I was going to say about belching and your mom is the problem is belching is like the dark side of the force. Once you start going down the dark path, it will consume you. Consume you, it will. Once you start going down the dark path, consume you, it will. And that's exactly what it would do. It'll start consuming you to the point where, as much as I love Venti, I don't think she can recover from her belching. I don't think she can. I think it's literally like crack. It's like a meth addiction. You know, whoever marries her, he's gonna be dealing with him. She's gonna be burping dead in his damn face while they making love. It's over. So another thing that I hated about Simpcast is Zia Land. Man, that girl is so frustrating. She's so disappointing. For one, she's just the cutest little thing. Just a pretty, beautiful girl. But man, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about Zia. I love her, but what I don't like about her is I used to hate those pretty, nasty girls. What I mean by that is they can be the cutest, most beautiful girls in the world. But I'm sorry, don't put nothing past those girls. They'll get just as nasty as anybody you ever seen. They may look innocent, but they're anything but innocent. And that's just the impression that she gives me. Especially with her OnlyFans talk and things of that nature. She just gives me the impression that she just gets down and dirty with the worst of them. But she was even talking to, like I said, she always drops these little hints like she's down with the girl on girl action. It's just too out there for me. But what I'm going to really pick on her about is something that I just have a pet peeve. My girls are full TPE and things of that nature. So a woman could say, hey, your girls are all artificial to a certain degree or synthetic. But it's crazy. When it comes to human women, I hate fakeness. I'd rather you have small A-cup breasts. I'd rather you have a tight little butt and not a gigantic butt, but I'd rather it all be real and natural than you to have the fake butt. True enough, my girls may be synthetic, but guess what? They're made to be synthetic. And honestly, I'm cool with them being synthetic. But with a human woman, I'd rather you not be synthetic and have synthetic things in you unless you have something wrong with you. Unless you have some type of prosthetic, or it is some women who've had to have their breasts removed for all type of procedures, you know. And under those circumstances, I'm cool with them getting a breast replacement by getting a synthetic breast, you know, silicone breast or whatever like that. But I hate when women just do it just to do it. I hate that. But one of the things that frustrated me that I talked about when Zia Land lost her battle in the scent competition, which now that I know that she doesn't want to take baths, she would have lost. I'm glad that she lost, honestly. But one of the other things that I hate about her is about her being so fine and stuff. I do hate the talk that she talks, but I hate the fact that she was talking about all the money that she's earning. I hate when all the money I'm earning going towards getting me boobs. I was like, it just makes me just hate that. You don't even need them. Why? Could you have A cups? They're cute little A cups. The truth is, some of these women with these A cups, they don't even realize that they look better with smaller breasts. You know, you're not gonna even look as good as you did with the bigger breasts. Especially if she's talking about getting some kazumbas. She doesn't even have the look that's gonna look right with kazumbas. And doesn't even have a lot of meat on her chest to get the kazumbas. So even with a woman like that, I would want them to only get like if they were to get some, get like a C cup, but I just hate getting them anyway. Now, if her breasts are sucked dry, because some girls that have A cup breasts, if they have a baby, you know, some girls' breasts get a little plumper after having a baby. And so that's a good thing. But occasionally you have a girl with an A cup breast and their breasts will wither after having a baby. It'll turn into a raisin. They'll literally be like a raisin breast. I've ran across that a couple of times in my life dating, and I hate the raisin breast. The A cup isn't so bad. I love an A cup. I actually love a little A cup breast. They're nice to have that little nipple and then a little extra. I actually like the A cup. But if it turns into the prune or the raisin breast, it's not a good sign. So if she has a raisin breast, then I don't mind her getting the boob job. But if she just has an A cup, I'm disappointed. So that was very disappointing. I just hate when I hear women talk about that. So that was disappointing. Like I say, if you're going to be a human woman, if I'm dating a human woman, I want you to have your natural body parts. If you don't have kazumbas like Phantom, don't force it. I just saw something else. My mom keeps better. I know Brittany is bigger than A cup. I'm talking about Zia Lane. I'm talking about Zia. Who's talking about getting the breast bigger. But I know Vince is bigger than an A cup. But I gotta say, look, I was thinking of this song because I was laughing because Vinci ended up leaving the stream early because I don't think she was feeling good because she said that she was on her cycle or whatever. And I was laughing because I had came up with this song. Vintage on the rag. Dum, 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 dum. Vintage on the rag. Dum, 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 dum. Vintage on the rag. Dum, 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 dum. Vintage on the rag. Oh my God. I came up with like 2 or 3 Vintage on the rag song. It had me laughing so hard. But Vintage said she was on the rag right now. But another thing I wanted to talk about that was very disturbing during this Simcast. And once again, I'm just streaming tonight, having fun, celebrating the fact that tomorrow is the official start of Irontech Doll Week. We're celebrating the fact that it's really not the fact that just a new girl is coming to the family. It's the fact that, man, it's just a new chapter of the show. It's a piece of the dream that's literally come to reality. Being able to bring you guys a different doll and show you some new innovations in the realm of the doll world and the companion doll lifestyle. So I'm very happy about that. I'm happy about the new things that you're going to see as far as production-wise with the show. And I want to thank people who donated tonight, and I want to let you guys know all of your donations are going to be instrumental going forward because the truth is they're mainly, and I'm just going with no transparency, since I've actually put my life actually out on the line, so to speak, I know I'm taking care of God, gonna take care of me, but I'm just saying every other thing that I get as far as contributions to the show, as of right now, are gonna be towards keeping me alive and keeping the show going. Because I think production-wise, I may be okay for a second. I'm always going to be looking to improve the show, but I think for right now, we've taken another step in improving the production, and I take other steps as far as that's concerned in the future. But man, that wasn't the period song I wanted to sing. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what it is. It was Venti's on the rack. Venti's on the rack. Venti's on the rack. I thought because it was supposed to be a variation of that Sinead O'Connor song. I forgot how it actually went. I was singing it earlier before the show started. I perfected it and I'll probably redo it. But something else that was very disturbing during the Simpcast. It was this Leela take. The comedian Leela, she's the friend of Venti. I pretty much been in Leela's corner because she has a handicap, and I'm very partial to the handicap. I deal with people in my family that's handicapped and disabled and things of that nature. I'm a very big advocate for dating the disabled and all that they can bring. There, I put them in the category of companion doll as far as and little people and things of that nature as far as untapped dating pool. We don't get a chance to see the disabled and little people as much, but there are some great people to date in those pools. But as far as Leela, she has I think dwarfism or something today, or something going on with her spine. I think that's what it is. But I'm pro Leela pretty much. But man, and we all have to have our takes and stick by them. So she did have a take, and although she stuck by, which I'm proud, hey, stick by your take. But man, she had a very disturbing one for me tonight. Because man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm all for the joke. And I'm not one of these guys that always takes the joke serious and don't joke about this. I'm down with liberal, being liberal in your comedy. But I just think some things they just go a little. They can go a little over the edge. Not to where she shouldn't be able to say it, but it's just like, man, this ain't even funny no more. Or it doesn't have the funniness in it. But mainly what she was constantly saying was about killing dogs. Just within context, she was just sort of making some argument about. It's crazy the way she was saying it, but she was just trying to say, hey, if it comes to saving a life or killing a dog, I'm killing the dog. I'm killing the dog. A dog's life don't compare to no human and stuff like this. I'll kill every dog in the world to save a human life. And all this. It wasn't really what she was saying. It was the venom in what she was saying it with, because it wasn't really. Because it's nobody that's going to just say, I wouldn't kill a dog. I would not kill a dog if I had to save a human. But it was just the way, the venom that she said it with, because I put myself in that position. I'm going to be honest with you. If you say I got to kill the dog to save the human, I'm going to say I'm going to do whatever I can do not to kill either one, because I'm not a killer. I'm not going to be amped up to kill any damn thing. And, as her being a disabled person, I would think she would be a little more empathetic. I hear the crowd that always says, why you saving the dog and not the human? Or, something to that extent. They say, hey, or they may say, people care more about dogs than human rights or animals. I guess my answer to that is this. Yeah, if it's somebody out there that's not caring about humans as well, that's wrong. But you should care about animals. Now, true enough, as humans, a large segment of our population eats animal products, including meat. So I do think there's a time and a place, where, hey, certain sacrifices have to be made. But under those circumstances, they're still by the hunter-gatherer rules, to where you're only eating what you need to eat. You're not out here willy-nilly killing things because you're respecting life. It's a balance to life. It's a balance to all life. We get things, it's predators that hunt us down in certain aspects of life. If we're in the wrong area of the world, we can become food. But that's just a cycle of life to a certain degree. So yeah, as humans, we don't have to eat meat, so to speak, but it is a source of food in some cases. But for the most part, we do have our domesticated animals in different parts of the world. And for our part of the world, we know cats, dogs are two of the biggest domesticated animals we have that we don't consider food or food sources. And it's funny, even animals that are food sources, I think about just like I'm finna to explain to you right now. I just respect all life. I respect all life. And it really frustrates me, man, when people try to downgrade life. It really frustrates me. Every life, even on the insect level, is a lot bigger than people give it credit for. It makes me laugh when people say, oh, that's just the insect. That's just the cat. That's just the dog. They're not on our level. You don't know that. What are you talking about? They can't think. How do you know? You're not in their bodies and their brains. You don't know what the hell they're thinking. What are you talking about? Animals got all the emotions that we do. They make love like we, they just have sex to reproduce. You're a damn lie. You don't know the endorphins that's going through their bodies while they're making love. I've seen insects. I've seen flies riding each other back, looking like they're in ecstasy while they're connected to each other. Don't tell me that these damn animals don't know they're making love. Get the hell out of here. It's that human crap that says since they're not human, they can't think. Since they're not human, they can't feel. Since they're not human, they don't have the same capability. You're a damn lie. You don't know what they can do. That's you making your human assumptions. It's just a dog. It's just a cat. We shouldn't care. They can't think like us. It's just a dog. You a lie. If you ever had a pet, you would know they have emotions just like us. And I've always told people, what makes us human? It's your emotions. Your emotions and things are an extension of what your soul is feeling. When your soul is feeling hurt, it comes out in tears and sad feelings. When your soul is feeling joy, it comes out in happiness, excitement. Have you ever met your dog happy or your cat? It gets excited. Whenever I get my cat's favorite snack, you know what they do? They get excited and happy, just like you would when you get ready to eat your favorite pizza. If I yell at them, they're cowed. They're ashamed. If I rub them, they enjoy it. When my cat come up and rub against me, her whole body changes. She starts purring. Guess what? She's happy. She's loving me. So how can something love have all the range of emotions I got, but yet still, it ain't got no soul like me. It can't think like me. When I tell her to come here and call her by her name, even though she recognizes her name and comes to me, she can't think. What? They don't got a soul. How do you know? That's the same thing that led to a lot of people of color getting killed. Oh, you got a different skin color than me. You ain't got no soul, so you ain't human. But people said that was wrong. Well, when you say that dog ain't got a soul, the cat, or even the insect, it's alive. You don't define life. God defines it. So even when you say that doesn't have a soul, you don't know. It's more likely that it does. It's alive. Just like you do. Just like you are. Now, if a roach comes in here, I love life and all this stuff, but it's a couple of insects I don't like. I don't like roaches and flies. If one happens to come in the house, I don't like to try to kill anything, but those two things I kill because I don't want them in the house. But even when I kill them, I'm not out here maliciously trying to hunt every roach down in the world to kill them. I'm only killing them because they come into a environment where they shouldn't be, or I don't want them in. But it also, even with, I don't even want to kill them, to be honest. I hate to do it because it's life. But when I kill them, the only thing that even justifies it is it's the course of life. All of us die in different ways. Car wrecks, shot, die in your sleep peacefully. It's different ways you can die. And same thing in the bug world. You can come in here and get stumped. You can go out there and die naturally. Another bug can eat you, anything. It's just the course of life, but never doing anything maliciously. But when I hear her talk willy-nilly about killing dogs and just with the fervor that she's speaking with, almost with the joy of wanting to kill something. And when she was just saying it's just a dog and things of that nature, that stuff really frustrates me because it's not the respect of life. It's not the respect of life, and it's not the empathy that I think should be coming from somebody that's dealing with a disability. These animals they are a gift from God. I truly believe they're heavenly beings. They're the heavenly beings in the most purest form. Even when they're bad, they're good. Because a lot of times it's humans that turn them bad. And in nature, even when an animal attacks you, they're in their natural habitat. They're not looking to attack you. In most cases, they're just trying to protect themselves. Or if they're a predator, you put yourself in harm's way. But all this willy-nilliness that she was talking about killing animals and things of that nature, and she was trying to constantly put it in the context of, but would you save a human for it? What are you talking about? What in the hell are you talking about here? Yeah, if a pit bull was trying to jump on somebody and I had to fend it off, hell yeah, of course I would. But it still wouldn't be with the malice in my heart that it's just a damn dog and it ain't worth living. See, that's the thing. Yeah, I'd do it to save somebody, but I would never have in my heart. And I always tell you guys, careful how you let your heart turn, because that's what God really sees. He really sees the intentions in your heart. When people be like, how you get closer to God? Man, it's about your heart. Are the companion dogs evil? It ain't about the dogs. It ain't really about nothing. It's about your heart. Where's your heart turned? And I'm not trying to say she's not turned towards God. I'm saying, watch letting your heart get tainted by certain things. You got to respect all of God's creations and things of that nature. We're all connected, even down to the insect. And I just get so frustrated with that human mentality of, if you're a lower life form than us, you don't matter. God only cares about humans. What are you talking about? You've lost your damn mind. That's not true. And I always say this, if you are a believer in God, how can you really believe God loves us with that mentality? Only from this standpoint. And I'm not talking about her, I'm just talking in general here. Why would God care about us? Because according to that logic, we're a lower life form. We're not on God's level, so why should he care that we live at all? Why should he care that we can go on to another life after we die? Why should he care? We're a lower life form. He should just stomp on us and just not care. And I know some people may actually believe that, but I don't believe that. You know, I don't believe he visualizes us like that. I believe he loves each and every one of us. He wants all of us to be successful. Hey, to have a faith-filled, amazing life with whatever talents and abilities he's blessed us with. And I don't believe he got the mentality of they're just filthy humans, so he doesn't care about us. They're just dumb humans. They don't know what I know, so they can just die. So I just, honestly, man, she turned me off with that whole segment. I sort of hate that, though, when some comedians, they sort of try to be funny, and they don't even realize when it's just not funny. It's just like, man, this is just terrible. And then they go on for a long time with it. And it's just sort of funny. Like I say, all my words, I want it to be good and not bad. I want to always lift people up. So I'm never trying to tear people down. But I know Mayor is supposed to be a comedian, but it's so funny. I have literally never laughed at anything I don't think the Mayor has said. And that's what I am curious to just wonder, what the hell is her comedy show like? Because, man, I've told her she has dry humor. And she like, dry humor? You don't know what dry humor is. For me, dry humor is humor that ain't damn funny. You hardly don't get the damn joke, and it's not funny. You end up hearing somebody sort of try to tell a joke, and you're like, it was dry as hell. And so I always look at the Simcast, and although I love her, and I do, it's crazy. I actually love Mary, but it's not because she's funny. But I always wonder, like, man, Mary's supposed to be a comedian. I don't expect her to tell jokes on her strings, but damn it, I don't laugh for the damn thing she does or says, rather. I just think that's very peculiar. And Leela, she's supposed to be a comedian, but like I say, that was some of the most unfunny things that she was talking. I'm not saying she was doing that to be funny, but man, I think it was meant to be somewhat funny at the same time, but it just was not funny talking about killing dogs. And even when she went on and talking about how we shouldn't care as much because they're just dogs. And it just, I promise you, man, I hate that mentality. I told a story that, like I told you, I used to have a pet praying mantis. I used to catch a praying mantis every year. And I really got to study in praying mantises. And I used to catch a male, and they used to mate year after year. And every time they used to make love, I used to just be blown away because they display so many human characteristics of enjoying it and communicating with one another at the time that the love making was coming on. It was going on. And even when she bit the male's head off, they sort of displayed a little bit of human activity, because the woman will bite your head off. That's a bit of a joke, but at the same time, even on a lower levels of life, it's more amazing than you can ever imagine. It's more complicated than you can ever imagine. And just think about the damn arrogance of the human being. These sons of guns will look at an insect and tell you, have the balls to try to tell you, because this insect is this small and its body is a certain size, that it's impossible for their brain to work in a similar way that ours does. Hey, bro, let me explain something to you. It ain't no amount of scientific research that you can do. I don't give a damn if you can break a fly's head down in a million pieces. You can't tell me what the hell their brain is capable of. You don't know exactly what the hell that fly is thinking, why it's alive, you damn fool. Every time I swing a fly swatter at a fly and it get out the way, it can't simply be explained with it's got built-in reflexes. The son of a bitch seen me. I seen him watch me. I seen him tease me. I seen him say, ha, 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 you can't get me. Let me fly around your head 20 times and say, hey, sucker, remember me? You just tried to swat me, but you missed. That ain't instinct, jackasses. That's him effing with me. He thinking. Get the hell out of here. But these scientists are trying to tell you what a damn microscopic, you can't even see their heart and brain, but you want to tell me exactly what it's capable of. You don't know that. You don't know that. It's just amazing to me. It's amazing. I'm gonna catch up with my chat right quick. Frank Bunny says, "Lurv." He said, "I do." He said, "Frank said I do that with spiders. If they stay out of my house and out of sight, I don't care. But I see you on my walls or creeping out from a corner across the carpet, you dead." That's with everybody. I think everybody may have a bug or something that they may be cool with or they don't like. That may rub them the wrong way. I know for me, man, it don't get no lower than a roach. I try to keep my house clean as possible. I spray my house every year. So whenever a roach ever gets in my house, it's a rarity, and you dead on sight. I'm sorry. I don't need you around. I don't need you cultivating. As well as a fly. I don't ever really have flies in my house, but it's crazy. Over the last couple of weeks, man, I don't know what happened. I don't know whether it's a baby coming, but every damn day I kill a fly, and the next day I see another fly. I'm like, what the hell? No doors open or anything, but they are nasty as hell. I'm sorry, from what they land on. And although I respect life, I'm sorry. I just can't let them live in here. But it's crazy that you said that about spiders because I actually love spiders. Not love them, but I respect them and I don't mind them in the house because they kill insects. They kill dangerous insects. Now, I don't want a brown recluse or a black widow in here. But if I see a normal little corner spider, a lot of times you may come to my house, it may be a couple of corners. You may see a spider web being not because I don't clean. It's because I don't mind him being in that corner. I'm like, hell, if you can catch an extra bug to get in here, I don't mind. Now, if I see a jumping spider or something, I might try to catch him and throw him out. But if I see something like a big, gigantic brown recluse or something, or not gigantic brown, but if I see some type of dangerous looking spider, then you dead. But if I see a little house spider, I might not kill him. But I don't blame you. He said, I think what Frank is saying, God doesn't value animals on the same level as us, but he doesn't want mindless cruelty towards them. I agree. He doesn't want mindless cruelty towards them, but I also don't agree with your statement. I think that's, once again, another man thing. You don't know how God views animals. Now, true enough, I do believe that he knows that some of them are going to perish for our sustainability. But I don't believe that that's the only reason that they're here, because it's a lot of animals that aren't edible, that we don't eat, that we don't use for food. And they're here to just keep the life cycle of the world going, like bees and things of that nature. They're not meant to eat. They're meant to keep the world operating by pollinating. So it's a lot of animals that aren't meant to be touched in that way. So animals aren't just here for our nourishment. You know what I'm saying? They're here to keep the world going, the cycle of life. And they're also here, in a lot of cases, as companions, as living companions. And like I say, even with the food killing, like you said, even with people who actually, even with the amount of animals, like I say, I love bacon, but I'm never going to want to go kill a pig willy-nilly. I've always said this: if I was made to be a hunter and gatherer, I probably wouldn't be eating meat because it's not in me to do that type of killing. You know, but with all that said, I understand that it's going to be some sacrifices made to keep the human population alive. But like Frank says, willy-nilly killing, I'm not with it. But I also want to say this: just because some of them are eaten doesn't mean that God, to me, doesn't value them in a very, very high esteem. I think God has us set up to where more is expected out of us. I'm going to explain it to you like this. Even if you read in the Bible, it's certain like animals that they call, I think, cherubs or something. Not cherubs, but it's something like, it's animals basically described in the Bible that live in heaven. with these animal type faces, lion heads and flat things that are flying in heaven. And it really makes me laugh because I say God really sort of gave us that version of what he has in heaven on earth by giving us animals. So I think it's that variation of thing in a heavenly concept. So I just think that the animals are basically that pure heavenly, those pure heavenly souls. You know, I really think that's what they are. That true enough, they play a part in the cycle of life, where some of them may perish at our hands for sustainability. But I don't believe he devalues them, so to speak. Just like us. Like I said, a bear could kill you on a nature path and use you for food. But I don't think you're devalued because you end up getting eaten. Same thing with a pig. Even though we may eat it and turn it into bacon, I don't think that the soul of that pig was somehow thought of less in God's eyes. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think animals are much more on the same level as humans spiritually than we give them credit for. I would definitely say that. The best thing about them is they're more like angels that live in heaven. They don't really, well, even though angels, I think they actually have the choice, so they're different. But I just think the difference between animals are they don't really have that choice, so to speak, to that we have. You know, they don't. I just think that they're dedicated spirits to God, honestly. Frank says dry humor is usually the delivery and the subject. It's nothing zany over the top. True. Usually don't expect the joke, and also the joke isn't delivered like a joke, but almost a conversation. Right. But the thing about that dry humor is it's supposed to hit. You know, it's a lot of guys that do that dry humor, and they're good at it. Where they're, like you say, acting like they're hard and not even telling the joke. And it usually just comes across dryly. They don't come across like they're just really trying to tell a joke. But that's what I say. At some point, you're supposed to laugh. At some point. I've never laughed at Mayor. Not once. Not once. Power Brand says, get a couple of geckos. They would eat all the insects in your house. I couldn't get geckos because my cats are killing. I disagree with you, Frank. He did breathe life into animals. He did breathe life into animals. He just didn't make them in his image. Everything that's living on earth, he breathed life into. Even the trees, he breathed life into. Everything that has life, the fish, he breathed life into. So we can disagree on that, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, God breathed life into everything on this earth. He just made man in his image. Power Brand said God put animals on earth too. Yep. See. Frank says not devalued, but it's hard to describe not being on the same level. Frank says I've laughed with or at Mayor before. I've only laughed sort of at Mayor's. I'm gonna tell you, the only time I've laughed at Mayor's when I seen like a video when she was doing something crazy, like I've laughed at her doing her little exercise, or I've seen her make a video like when she was at the swimming pool by the way she was moving or something, but I've never laughed at anything she said. I'm serious. I've never laughed at one thing she said. God bless you if you have, and God bless her on her career because she's making it. She has gigs, so somebody thinks she's funny. But I'm just saying, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have very successful comedians that I just do not think are funny. I'm talking about you got millionaire comedians who don't, you know, who I don't think are funny. So she doesn't, and that's the thing about a comedian. You're not going to be funny to everybody. But I just thought it was funny because I'd be like, man, I haven't seen one thing funny. And that's one thing, like I say, I just say this. Frank says, yeah, okay. And we just disagree, which is cool. He says, there's a difference. I don't think he did. It wasn't a flick of the wrist, but it wasn't an intimate process like bringing man to life. And once again, I think it did, but here's the deal. We don't know what God did. You don't know if it was a flick of if it wasn't a flick of the wrist, Frank. You know, I just think it'd be funny how us as man, we think we know what God did. We wasn't there. We weren't there. You know? We don't know what he did. And as far as bringing life, like I say, he's in control of all things, in my opinion. And these animals that don't got life for no reason. And when you say this, it wasn't like us, I want to find out the one thing that's hard for God to do. Explain that one to me. I'm going off Genesis 2. I'm going off Genesis 2. He made the animals just like that. He made man just like that too. He didn't do nothing but get a rib. He made man from the dirt. He made man from the dirt, bro. He made man from the dirt. The only difference between man, like I say, and animals is he made man in his image. That's the only difference. But he made them both in an instant. Made the universe in an instant. So, I want to know what's too hard for God. Nothing. Everything he did was a flick of the wrist. The universe, the stars, the sun, the planets, all of it was a flick of the wrist. He didn't make everything, and then he got to man and was like, man, this is now I made everything else, but this one is going to be hard. He didn't do that. I don't think he did that. Right. And like I say, especially with just all things, I always say it may be things that we disagree with as a family. Hey, look, the truth is, I'm speaking from my spirit, my experiences, and my opinions. You can have different experiences, different opinions, and all that. Now, I'm not upset about that, but I'm just here to articulate why I believe that I disagree with that particular statement. And I'm more like Power Brain says. He put life into all things. It ain't nothing on earth that doesn't have God's spirit in it. Nothing that's living that doesn't have his spirit in it. Nothing. And like you say, with man, the only difference is he made him in his image. That's it. Like I say, once again, still the same thing. Still the same thing, bro. He made man, he made animals. Animals have a spirit in them. Where did it come from? It came from God. The only difference is he made man in his image. So that's just the truth. You can't dispute that he made animals, and for them to be walking around and living, they have to have the breath of God in them. They have to have the breath of God in them. So that's where I am with that. And it's funny, like I say, going back to what I was saying earlier, people will use your argument, Frank, to try to devalue life and say that's why it's cool to not care about it. And that's a very wrong mindset, to start trying to think that something is lesser than you, so it's okay to harm it or kill it or things of that nature. And I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm saying that's the argument that other people use. And it's the same argument that said, no offense, that people of color weren't human. That's the same argument. They said they weren't men. They said they weren't men because they were people of color. Although, even if you didn't think they were men, They were living and breathing. And you shouldn't have been causing the harm that you were causing to them because you said they weren't human. No, you should be valuing all life on earth. All life. Like I say, nothing should be killed unless it's absolutely necessary to sustain life or something under those circumstances. But like I say, if you got a 1,000 cattle, you shouldn't be killing 1,000 just to kill them. If you can kill 2 to keep the family alive and leave all the rest of them living. You can always say that, hey, it was time for those 2 that their lifespan had ran out, but you shouldn't be killing anything willy-nilly. And when Leela was over there just sort of talking recklessly, it's not my job to judge her now. I'm not telling, oh, you're going to hell. You shouldn't have said that. That ain't what I'm saying. I ain't damning her. And I'm just saying, from my standpoint, I just hate that. I hate when people minimize life by trying to act like they understand it. Once again, putting themselves in God's mind. Like God is cool with these animals being devalued. No, he's not. And that's what we disagree. Once again, think of what you're saying. Just think of what you're saying, Frank the Bunny. One was more hard. We just disagree on that. It ain't nothing hard for God, bro. It wasn't hard for God to make man. One was one he could bang out in 5 minutes. He could bang out them all in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything is too hard for God. All of it was easy. And once again, it's such an arrogant thing for a man to say. We're humans, bro. Think about this for a second. It's a man mentality to always think you know how God moves. Man, I think, this was harder for God to do. You don't know that. What are you talking about? This God, ain't nothing impossible for him. Ain't nothing hard for him to do. Man, when God thought about this one was tough. What? He just made the universe, all the planets, and all this other stuff. But making a man is hard. No, it ain't. I disagree. I appreciate the conversation, though. Soke says, from everything I've seen, I would say that God simultaneously does and does not exist, or surpasses both of those concepts entirely. And we definitely disagree, Soul King. And if you don't believe in God, you can just take a small sample of my life. I'm not trying to convert you or anything. I'm just saying, it ain't no man that's ever going to convince me God doesn't exist just by the way he's moved, not only around me, but in my life. You're not going to tell me God doesn't exist. When I heard a message in my spirit about this doll that's coming tomorrow and many more, and I had no way to believe that in the natural. I just heard the spirit. I heard it in my spirit from God. And it happened. That's just one thing. So you could choose not to believe in God or believe in him in the way that I do. But let me tell you something. The God I serve is very real. And when you believe in him, when you really believe in him, that's when you start unlocking the true potential of your life, because you get attuned with him. The funny thing about God is, even when you haven't found him yet, he still isn't out to harm you. So many people talk bad about him or say he doesn't exist or question his existence. He still isn't out to harm you. He still loves you. He's just waiting for you to realize. You know what I'm saying? He's putting things in your path to help you realize. And some people fight it to the end. And I just say this. I've always even asked the atheist So you don't believe in God, right? It just always, I'm always been a logical thinker to a certain degree in this aspect of the word. For one, I feel that God is alive. I don't even question it. I know he's real. But I always ask the atheists, like, man, I don't even understand the logic behind not believing from this standpoint. What is the benefit of not believing? See, I'm tell you this, right? I don't believe in God, right? Well, when I get there and then he really exists, well, damn. Now that's not really a good thing, because it's like, damn, I didn't believe him. But if I do believe in him and he's not there, well, where's the penalty? Where's the penalty with that? Where am I going to lose it if I believe and then he's not there? Even if that was the case, I'd rather believe and he not be there than not believe and he is there. But luckily for me, I don't even have to debate that anymore, because, man, I've seen too many things and how he moves in my life, moves around me, not just in me, but around others. And honestly, man, like just walking my cats, looking at nature, you can just look at nature, man. I don't even know how somebody could look at the sky, smell the air, listen to the birds, things of that nature, man, and just not feel that God is real. I always say, man, he has us all on our different path. And I just pray that, I pray that I'm that solution for some, that it may make people sort of realize he's alive. But I also understand this. Everybody has a different path in life. And God, it's multiple ways to find him. It's more than one path, in my opinion. And I just feel like he's going to have the path for everybody laid out to where they can find him in their own way. But never fear. Never fear. There is another way to find him. Even if this is just what I've been told. There is another way to find him, even if you don't make it before the end of this life. I just say that. There is another way to find him. Frank says, what I'm saying, haha, yeah, one was more hard. Adam took one day, all the animals took the same. It doesn't make animals any less important, though, but I love you, Jay. Right. I don't think any of it was hard. He said, in my opinion, because they have made themselves. What? He said, because they have made themselves God, but not believe there is one higher than them. It's hard to willingly give up your, oh, okay. I feel you what you're saying about people. You said people have made themselves God, so it's hard for them to get them. You know what, man? I do want to say something about what you just said just then. I don't want to speak in complete. I don't think that's the case all the way around the board. I can't say some people may believe like that, but I want to say this. I hate when people call themselves a god. Like KD, Kevin Durant. I'm just using him as an example because, like, somebody say something bad to him. Man, don't speak to the God that way. It's a very common thing from a lot of people. And it's been people that I've come across in my path. They try to convince me to call myself that. I said, no, bro. I'm never calling myself a God. But no, you are a God. You're in control of your own. Like, nah, bro. I'm not no God, bro. I'm not no God. I might have the spirit of God in me, but I'm not no God, bro. But no, you are God. No, I ain't. I'm not going to even argue with you about it. I'm not a God. God is God. I'm under God, bro. I'm a child of God. I am not God. But you rule your own life. No, I don't. Everything that happened in my life is a result of what he gives me and blesses me with and what he puts in my heart. It ain't got a dang thing to do with me, brother. So when these people, yeah, I'm the God, man. No, I ain't no God, bro. But no, you don't understand how I mean it. I don't care how you mean it. I'm not no God, bro. I'm not no, you can call yourself a God, and I cannot stop you from that. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not telling you you're going to hell. That's on you and God. But for me, I'm letting you know, bro, I ain't God. I'm a human under God. I got the spirit of God in me. He breathed in me. But I ain't no damn God, bro. Frank says, I love this conversation with Frank, though. It don't matter if we agree totally on something or not. That don't matter. Because the truth about it with God is, it's sort of like I was telling Frank. This is the truth now. It's some stuff that God has to tell you in your spirit. I'm just going to tell you that. It's some stuff that you have to pray about and get in your spirit. So it's some stuff, man, you have to get with God in your own and come to an agreement with him. But it's certain little things where we can have disagreements about faith, about what I believe, what you may believe. That doesn't really matter. Whenever we get home or whenever God gets us to the next level of our enlightenment, he'll reveal all the stuff that we might have been wrong about. Because I always tell God every day, I say, God, I think this and that, I feel like I've got this vision and that vision. But if I'm wrong, that's okay. You'll teach me when I go to the next level. We don't have the God that's going to be like, hey, Frank, Jay, you was wrong a little bit about that. You was wrong a little bit about that. Y'all damn the hell. He ain't going to do that. What he's going to do is say, hey, man, this is what you might have been wrong about here. This is what you might have been wrong about here. Let's keep going. That's what he's going to do. He's not going to beat us up. Frank says, because they have made themselves God. Okay. He said the atheist. Frank says, preach. Frank says, other channels don't discuss faith as openly as you, shockingly enough. Well, the truth is because supposedly faith is a channel killer. And even with my channel, like being about dolls and companion dolls and stuff, like, hey, I don't want to, look, hey, we're going to always talk about the subject of dolls and things surrounding them. But sometimes we get into life, spirituality, sports, all type of things. And as far as faith, it's not that I want to even talk about it all the time. I'm going to tell you guys, it just comes up a lot because I base a lot in my life off of the faith. It ain't because I'm perfect either. I can't lie. My life is so much more on a straight path than it has ever been. I feel like I've cut any of the sinful nature, some of the mistakes that I might have made, that I just feel like they're long, that I've just been able to put even the small mistakes that you make on a daily basis, most of them behind me pretty much. But I'm not perfect. I'm always going to make a mistake. I'm always going to stumble. I'm always going to be required to keep learning, keep strengthening my faith every day. But as far as the dolls and my life and things, I would be inauthentic to you guys if I never brought up that I believe God got a bigger plan for me and things of that nature. Because a lot of people don't do it for views. I mean, they don't do it because they think it's going to chase away subscribers. Well, I tell all my subscribers, I love you equally. I'm not talking about God to change you. Now, you may not want to hear it or something, but I'm not doing it to change you, run you away. I'm doing it because it's a part of who I am. And if I don't talk about it, then now I'm not authentic. And so I may not be talking about God at all, but then be like, man, how you get the doll, man? God made a way. And so then he comes up. And, I'm not going to not give him credit, man, because I wouldn't be where I am, now. I wouldn't be making the strides that I'm making now if it wasn't for him. I always tell people, man, like earlier, a while back, somebody was trying to convince me of it's me that's doing this work. It ain't me. It ain't me. If he didn't give me life, I wouldn't be here. If he didn't give me the creativity, I wouldn't be here. If he didn't give me the dream of my heart, I wouldn't be here. If he didn't put the people in my path to give me suggestions, I wouldn't be here. If he didn't put y'all guys watching me right now, I wouldn't be here. The people that help, the people that been giving $5, $10, $2, $1, 50 cents, whatever you give him, everything has served his plan. And so that's why I'm like, nah, bro, God made this. And as far as the people, like you say, I'm not self-made because I can't do this YouTube channel by myself. As far as you guys not being here, you helping me grow too. This ain't a solo thing, you know. Everybody that's here now, the 20 people that's just right here on the stream right now, just being here on the stream, you're making it possible for the next campaign, dog, for the next part of the dream to come. So man, like I said, I'm just determined right now. My whole focus is, man, letting God work through me, have fun with you guys, whether I'm talking about God, the dolls, life, girls, whatever it is, I want to be led by the Spirit to do. Just keep having fun. And as you notice, I still talk about the stuff that I talk about normally. I mean, look, hey, I still talk about relationships and all that. Why? I'm not putting myself over anybody or anything just because I have a strong faith with God. I'm still just like everybody else, a flawed human, looking to be better every single day. And man, like I said, I appreciate you guys for helping me follow this dream. And you know, I said, man, even when I was little, I want my dream to be tied to helping people in some way. In some way. I used to want to be a doctor and things of that nature, just to help people, heal people. But man, as I got older, I started learning like, man, damn, man, the only thing I like to do is, you know, I like to do things with my mouth as far as talking and communicating, and whether it be trying to rap or, you know, just things of that nature. And I just never was like, man, how am I going to use this to help people one day? And I just didn't know. I just didn't know. And like I said, to finally find what I love to do. And I'm telling you, man, I'm going to tell you this small secret. You literally got to be crazy in love to do this as much as I do. Wake up thinking about it, go to sleep thinking about it, damn near every second of your day. You know, I can't lie, man. I'm always damn near researching, looking and wondering how I can improve. Even if you don't see the improvements, I'm trying to think about improvement. And I'm just, you know, like I said, I just pray that everybody finds that thing that drives them that crazy in life every day. Like I got friends that work in warehouses right now, and they have a passion for that. They have a passion for going there, working on that line every day, doing whatever job that's handed to them. And there's nothing wrong with it. I did the job, but I hated it. Not because it was a bad job. It was because, man, I kept hearing some of my spirit that I couldn't find there. I never knew how to get to it. So being where I am now, even now, I'm just going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm working off a total faith. Just like when I didn't know when the dogs would get here, I'm letting you know. I put myself in a position to where I can't see but so far ahead. In the natural, I could say, well, damn, right there, the show would be over. I'll have to stop. I won't be able to come to you guys. I don't know when I will be able to come to you guys and all of this. You know, that's in the natural. Because I took a chance on faith on improving the show and saying, the hell with it. I'm sick of this. I believe in this. You know, if I got to risk livelihood to go for what I believe in, to make it the best I can make it until overflow comes, well, guess what? I'm tired of just doing crap halfway, man, in my life, you know, that I have leading up to this moment. You know, scared of plan A, so you always got a damn plan B. No. Guess what? I'm going for a broke. I believe in myself. I thank y'all guys for the support. And man, God gonna make a way out of nowhere. And so that's why I was talking to Soul King. I'm sorry. I love you, Soul King, and I appreciate your support. But I ain't got no room not to believe in God, bro. I ain't got no room to have vagaries about God. I ain't got no room to, like one of my friends, I believe God's the universe. God bless your beliefs, bro, but I don't believe God is some, you know, I believe God is God, bro. That's what I believe. I ain't putting no new name to it. God is God for me. I ain't telling who he got to be for you. But I done seen him do too much. Times I should have been shot, still alive. Times I was in a head-on collision, no injuries. No way, bro. Nope. Nope. I'm going to choose to believe. When you gonna get a dog, man? I don't know when I'm gonna get a dog, man. But I think I know I'm gonna get two. No, I didn't say that. I said I'm gonna get 2 dogs by the end of this year. This year is almost over. It's only 4 months left. I said I'm gonna get 2 dogs. I've got one. How you gonna get it? God gonna make a way. People laughed. It wasn't my place to worry about the laughter. It was my place to believe. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you today, Soul King, and just other people out here. You ain't gotta believe for one incident with me, but I'm letting you know it's more than one incident. It's a life of incidents. And honestly, with just that action, it still should make you curious if you don't believe in God, because once again, that ain't a coincidence, bro. I told you. God gonna make it happen. He did it. Now, you can say he didn't do it. He did it. I didn't do it. He did it, bro. So, with all that said, I think we are getting ready to actually close this stream up. Oh, no. I got something else to talk about. Then we'll close it. I'm actually glad I do, too. Let me go back to the Leela conversation for a second with the animals. Back when she was just talking about killing the dogs and things of that nature. Well, I read this story about a killer whale. About 10 years ago, this killer whale killed this trainer, one of his trainers down in Orlando. And God rest this girl's soul. She looked like a sweet spirit. Well, on the outside looking in, somebody who may be like a Leela or have the attitude like a Leela had may be like, man, just kill that damn fish. It was wrong. It shouldn't have killed that human. Blah, blah, blah. It's just a damn fish. It ain't no human. It should be dead. Blah, blah, blah. They could go down that road. But like I say, I believe everything has a spirit in it and things of that nature. And you have to empathize in certain instances. But from the outside looking in, you would have thought that fish just went crazy and killed her. Supposedly during the show, it grabbed her by the arm and it ended up taking her underwater, eventually ended up biting her arm off, and I hate this. It killed the girl. But when I did the research, you know what I found out? They caught the whale out of the ocean. They put the whale in a very small pool, they said, a concrete pool. Not the kind they have at the SeaWorld, but they said they put it in a small concrete pool where it had barely enough room. It had it and 2 other female whales in it. They said they had it in there for months and months and months. They say it probably drove the whale crazy. Just think of yourself being put in this cell for months and months and months and months, and you don't see anything. Then, like, people are in solitary confinement because they say they can't drive you crazy. But make a long story short, they said one day, this was years before he killed that girl at SeaWorld. It was probably it was years and years before he killed the girl at SeaWorld. They said a girl slipped into that little bitty tank. Some girl slipped into the tank and the whale killed her. They said all three of the whales ripped the girl up. They said they think the whales ripped the girl up because they had been away from any stimulation from so long in that small tank that when the girl hit the water, it's just like, man, throwing something in your cat's face, like a little mouse or something, after your cat has just, say, been stuck in a room with no entertainment, no interaction. You ain't played with it. You just got it stuck in a room, and then you throw a mouse in there. All of a sudden, that cat finna go damn well crazy. And that's sort of what the whales did. So they ate up that first girl, killed her. They said it was months later, they still hadn't moved No, they moved the whales to another Sea World, but it wasn't the one in Orlando. They say some guy after hours jumped into the pool. Supposedly, the whale, the one that they took from SeaWorld, because they didn't take all three, they just took one of them. He ended up killing that guy that jumped in the pool after hours. So this whale had killed 2 people, right? But the first one, once again, they about had drove the damn animal crazy. The second one, some guy just jumped in there. They say after hours drunk, ain't no telling what the fish thought he was then. So I still don't blame him. But then after all of that, they took an animal that had killed, been put in position to kill twice. They sent it to SeaWorld in the United States. So it already had psychological problems due to negligent captivity. Then you put an animal that has killed in the past in another captive environment. And it had been going well for a while, but then eventually you never know what could have made the damn animal snap. Because once again, us humans trying to control nature. And sometimes, man, that's what they say. Even when you training these animals, you never know when they may snap. Why? Because you can't control nature. You don't know what may trigger these animals. Because why? You got them in a damn swimming pool instead of the ocean. I see people swimming next to whales in the ocean. They don't never just willy-nilly attack like that. Why? They got plenty of food. They swimming free. They don't give a damn about you as much. But anything can agitate these animals. So my whole point was, you have people just trying to kill that whale saying he's just a whale. But no, that thing got a spirit in him. But you've time and time again put him in such a bad position, put him in a position to where now he's an agitated animal. And now when he does kill somebody because you've kept him in captivity in an improper way, now you're going to have people saying, oh, that's a bad animal. Kill him. No. Stop keeping them in captivity in an improper way. How's about that? No, everything we ain't meant to be jumping in and playing with like that. I love animals. And I promise you, when I see people playing with whales or these big, gigantic animals, or I be like envious, like, man, I'm a cat lover. Y'all know that. I got 2 cats. Man, you think I wouldn't give $1 million to hug a lion like I've seen some of these guys do, hug tigers? But even when I see them doing it at these parks, I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not doing that crap at even one of these animal parks, like the tiger, like Lion King and all those. I'm not going to that hugging no damn lion. I ain't finna leave the park with my damn head in a lion mouth. I'm gonna be walking. I ain't got no damn head. I'm gonna be walking with a neck and a body. No way. I'm not doing it. Like I said, I would love to hug them, but I'm not finna try. So once again, I hate that woman died. But I was just saying, like, it's instances like that that'll put animals in a light where it'll make somebody say, just kill them all. Nah, man. We put these animals in a bad situation. Don't want to kill them like they ain't got spirits and things of that nature. So either way, I done went way too far on that. Whales are definitely mammals. And people have tried to say things like that. Frank the Bunny, I'm so off of it. Even when I was in school, whales are more closely related to us, so we got to treat them like us. All of it, like I say, every animal needs to be shown the respect of life. Power Brand says a whale is an animal, and to keep it in captivity is cruel. My thing is, especially if you can't keep it properly, especially in captivity is one thing. Like, if you got a rescue, let's say you got a rescue whale, right? And it's got a bad fin or something. It just can't survive on its own, but it could survive in captivity. You know what? I'm not going to tell you not to keep it, but damn, if you haven't got the right facilities, which you ain't got no ocean or a gigantic pool, you're right, Power. You may not need to be able to keep that particular animal. You might have to just let it die out there. Power Brain says whales have saved humans in the ocean from sharks. You're exactly right. I mean, the truth is about animals, like I said, I've seen a video where a dog has dragged another dog out of the street from getting hit. You know, it was hurt, but it wasn't dead or anything, from getting ran over by another car. That's what I say. These animals think. They're not just walking around acting off instinct like you want to, like people. Instinct is a way of people making themselves feel better when they kill an animal or treat them inhumanely. No, these animals have spirits like humans. It's just on a different level, but they have spirits. They're just not pieces of meat walking around. That's what people like to think. Oh, a dog ain't a human. It don't got a spirit. It's just a piece of meat. No, it ain't. A piece of meat can't have emotions. Well, insects don't have emotions. You don't know. You're not on the insect's level. And like I say, the evidence I've seen is they got emotions. It's just that human thing of, if you ain't human, you ain't really alive. You a damn lie. So with all that said, me and Asna, we done had fun tonight. The whole purpose of this stream, like I said, we done got deep on a lot of levels because I just want to have fun tonight, man. Talk about a lot of different things. That Simpcast got me sort of riled up, got me off subject a little bit, but hey, just wanted to have some fun tonight. But the main subject of the night was Irontech Doll, and God's blessing over my life as far as, man, bringing this part of the dream alive. Because the dream is just a channel in general, you know, and where it's going. But this is a piece of the dream, being able to get into critiquing dolls, and this is the first of many companies that's going to send me dolls to review and things of that nature. So it's going to be an amazing world, and I'm so happy to have you guys with me. Man, I can't wait to the fact where I end up doing a review on one of these dolls, and you guys be like, man, I can't lie. That review right there, that made me end up getting this particular model. So those days I can't wait for. I can't wait for what lies ahead. And I'm letting you know, guys, it's going to be some amazing things. I've been saying, I don't know where this channel is going. I don't know how it's going to evolve. All I know is it's going to evolve. It's going to get better. We're almost at 1 million subscribers right now, man. I'm telling you, man, like, hey, I appreciate where we are today, but we're going up. And like I say, it's one of those things where when I was telling you, always count our blessings as they come and remember the ones we passed, where it'll be easy for me to be like, man, 1 million subscribers, baby. That's what I'm looking forward to. Forget where I am now. No. Thank you, God, for where I am right now. Because today is the next step. I ain't looking forward and not thankful for who I have. Man, look, I'm glad I got Frank the Bunny, Mr. Pirate Brain, DAS, Carol, Bob, Little Miss Sunshine Rogers with me, baby. I got Matt G, Sane, Dog King Army team members up and down, baby. I got Johnny K with me. Hey, I got Pro Moore up in here, Captain Chokeout checking in with me. I got people of all shapes, sizes. Hey, whether you disagree, agree. I had Nisa Nick come here. He didn't agree with me on something, but guess what? He here, baby. Austin still checked in. Blue CCG, Comic Legend, Best Work. I got people everywhere, baby, helping this dream come alive. Got me hyped, got me happy, got me ready for more increase, Lord, because God bringing it, man. And man, what got me more hyper than anything, guys, I'm telling you, man, it's not me bragging on me saying, man, man, a dog can't. It's me bragging on the goodness of what God can do, man. When I just really, this is another thing I wanted this stream to be, man. I just want y'all to see, man. I just believed what he said right here. And I allowed myself to believe it because it's been so many times in life, man. I know you can identify with this where you've heard some in your spirit and you talk yourself out of it. Oh, man, no, it ain't meant for that. Nah, man, I can't achieve that, man. Nah, I can't do that. Forget that. Nah, I gotta stay where I am. I can't do it. It's a lie. It's the only reason it didn't happen is because you didn't believe. You didn't allow yourself to believe. That's what I'm saying. That's what another thing I want this channel to be, man. As I grow, I want to let you know I didn't see how this was going to happen. Didn't see it. I just knew it. So that's why I want you to start taking your faith. Believe what you hear. Now you see the proof here. You can tell me, nah, Jay, that didn't happen because of God. Yeah, it did. It wasn't no other way. Wasn't no other way. So I'm finna get ready to shut it down. It's been a fun night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was trying to think, man. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. Cause like I do know it's still more things I got to do behind the scenes. But I was like, man, if I just get hyper enough at some point later in the day, I may check back in. You know, later in the day after I recharge, get a good night's sleep, and you know, wake up, take care of a few things. Because I do think I may visit family for a second tomorrow, just for a second. I may visit with them, give them some time. Because even though I do a whole bunch of work, sometimes you still got to make room for your family. And, you know, I made room for my dogs, my cats, and I got to probably go take a little time with them. But I say after that, if I'm feeling good, I may just check back in just for a quick second. But other than that, man, I want you guys to feel blessed out there. Even if with Frank the Bunny, me and him, we talk back and forth. And I just had fun with him and others. Remember, man, it ain't about us always even agreeing or seeing eye to eye, especially when it comes to matter of God, man. Like, you can have your own vision of God and what he's provided and what he's done. We don't have to always agree now. Some things, you know, they say can be universal, but I'm not trying to stop people from their beliefs, telling them they're wrong or whatever. God could be, you know, what you see him to be. And I always say this, what if we are wrong about whatever? It doesn't matter. God ain't gonna get you over there and beat you up for being wrong. He gonna get you over there and say, hey, Frank, Jay, let me correct you on these 2 or 3 things. Guess what? Let's keep going. He ain't gonna beat you up for being wrong. He gonna teach us. So God is bringing everything you're looking for. Just believe it's coming. Believe it's coming, and it'll be on the way. But other than that, it's been me, J-Doll, Can't Help It, and the beautiful Awesome Moon. As of right now, we're getting hyped, ready for this Irontech Doll week to start. But in the meantime, we are out. But let me see, catch up, make sure I don't miss anything. Frank says, enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. Power Brain says, thanks for the show. Please come back. I think I just might. Can't promise it, but we'll see how things go. Man, it was great talking to you guys. Glad I streamed tonight. It was a damn good decision. Hope you have a good one. Enjoy your Labor Day. Get full of good barbecue, slaw. Hey, look, enjoy it, baby. We got football coming up this week, so we're going to be having some extra things to do. I can't lie. I can't wait to come into another overflow, and maybe I can get these girls a few football jerseys because we got a few football fans here. Callie's son, she a Chief fan. Saima, she a Bear fan. Sunada, she a Bear fan. This girl right here really ain't a big sports fan, so I don't know about the new girls. So with all that said, we finna get the hell out of here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the donations. Hey, guess what, guys? I know y'all been with me for a while, but this is only the beginning. Keep believing. And if you don't believe, consider believing in God. Oh, I put the wrong